Well. What's up? Welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. Always like the lead up to the show, man. I be in here jamming. I got my little music playing, and you never know what comes up on the shuffle. All right. Sometimes it might be something old school, sometimes might be something new school, sometimes might be something classical. But boy, we had some 2 Chainz dope peddler pop up. I said, ooh, started out with I was like, riding 4 deep, pulled up to the club, I was like, you don't know me. Take me back in time right there, man. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but sometimes when you hear a song, it just takes you back to a place. I literally remember, man, this is probably 2012, 2013 time frame, man. Actually 13. In Buffalo, man. Snow driving. I just copped a new whip. Got little lady in the back seat, man. And we ride through it. This all pop up when he first dropped. I'm like, let go. And it was tough, bro. So shout out to 2 Chainz, man. Absolutely shout out to Chainz. The chair, man. I like it, man. But that was one of my jams right there. I was like, ooh, it's been a minute since I heard that one. Just took me back. Had to make that, that face you make. Shout out to the Don Hefe Quan, man. I know the Don know what's up. When you be in that joint, that song, he make the stank face. Rod Dollar, you know what I'm on. Shout out to my homies in the building, man. Michael Hyrack and company. I see you in the early game, man. Respect. I like when y'all be prompt like that too. You know what I mean? The earlier y'all get, I ain't gonna lie. I was about to say the earlier y'all get, the more button up on B. Full of a lie right there. Let me stop. Never taking anything serious, man. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get it off my chest, man. I'm here to interact and do all the good stuff, man. And I have listened to Gunna's new album, man. I think for me, I preferred the previous 2. But at the same time, if this was the whole, last album to get off the label type concept, if that's what we're going with, I ain't tripping on it. But I do think, man, the more I listen to it, it will grow on me a little bit more. But not the biggest fan of it out the gate. So I will say that though, man. But let me think though, man. In terms of new music that I do like, what was I just bumping? Actually, let me pull it up, man. I ain't gotta do all that heavy thinking stuff, man. Cause see, I'm thinking 2 Chainz right now because I was just bumping him. I know he had dropped that Red Clay album off the movie soundtrack. Oh, I was gonna say something just dropped. Man, the 2 albums that I've most recently been bumping, actually it's been 3. Was it JID? By say been hitting, bumping his joint, bumping Offset joint. Was it Kiari? Big fan of that joint. All right, for the ladies, shout out to that Justin Bieber that dropped last week, man. It dropped right when me and wife was going on our Friday breakfast date. Oh man, turned the whole mood up. We was like, oh, it's new Biebs. We got the album. We got soundtrack for all the drive to the spot while we there, and then we come back. We got tools, man. So shout out to the Biebs for that. But those albums I've really been bumping, man. Every once in a while, I get ratchet. I'll put some YB on. NBA YoungBoy. He dropped 2 back-to-backs. All right, Massa. Fire. All right, Make America Slime again. I'll be over that joint like, because that's what I be feeling young on occasion. All right. And then he came back with that Deshaun joint with oh my goodness, DJ Khaled hosting it as the mixtape, man. So yeah, definitely was fire, man. Definitely a fan of that. But you could just see, man, like one moment I'm on my Justin Bieber swag too, because swag 1 was fire. That dropped when we was on vacay. I'm like, Biebs, you keep dropping when I'm with my lady, and it's perfect timing. You feel me? Because like, she don't want to hear all that extra gangster stuff. Sometimes I got to spice it up a little bit. You feel me? So that Biebs chef's kiss me right on time. So shout out to the Biebs, man. Shout out to the Biebs. I have not checked out the K Camp or Kevin Gates album just yet, man. I would definitely have them on the list though, man. All right. Now that I'm back having to like go places and I'll be driving, that's when I get like my alone time. I can just play music. I don't want to talk on the phone. I'll be like, yo, don't call me. Don't text me. I don't got no time for no interviews. Let me just drive. And I hope it's 30 minutes plus of a drive. So that way I can play my music, but I need like extra 10 minutes for like repeats. Cause I don't know about y'all, but when the song is hitting, for sure, I might play that joint 5 times in a row, and I do not care. I be pulling up to the light like, oh man, I know this person next door heard me replay this song because I done wrote the windows down. I'm jamming, and in my mind, I'm performing. All right, I'm the rapper, I'm the singer, I'm the composer, whatever I'm bumping at that time. Oh, I'm that person. So yeah, it's definitely times you might see me at the light, and I'm just over there. They're like, yo, is it? Oh, he in there. he 2 Chainz right now, or that's Jay-Z right now, or he think he Justin Bieber right now. He's singing this thing, man. Or I might be Moats. I'll be on this. You never know, never know. But shout out to all my people that get, like to have a little fun out there, man, and laugh at themselves on occasion. Because what you gotta do. Life's way too serious. All right, you gotta be making it funny. You gotta laugh, man. Gotta enjoy yourself. And music is definitely my thing, man. But hopefully everybody is enjoying themselves as well, man, while we are out here, man, getting ready to get it all the way in. Got plenty to discuss today and plenty to update as well, man. We had multiple vids that dropped already, man. I already see y'all already tapping into them. Me and Mark Bergen, man, we dropped something for y'all. Was that Monday night? Late. Shout out to the late night people, man, that have already tapped into that. Obviously, me and Tanisha from the Really Flawed Football channel. Me and her were live yesterday. Had a blast talking with her. She'll be joining us again on tomorrow's show for our game preview, right when we get the victory formation at the end of our show. Let's see. Today, man, we got a lot that we got to talk about, man, because we got new blood, baby. We just signed somebody, right? Jabrill Peppers. So we'll talk about him a little bit, man. Want to update on what the AFC North is looking like after week 1. And then got the homie TG. He's tentatively on the back end of that 5 o'clock slot. All right. So we will see what that looks like, because my dog is in the middle of a practice right now. But he's like, yo, for you, I got you. He wanted to come out the special teams, but I was like, yo, bro, you not about to be jumping on the live while you're in a practice, man. We're not doing that. All right. My dog's that dedicated for y'all, though. All right. He was like, but the people need it. I said, I know. But we're gonna get him on the back end. All right. So around that 5:50-ish, 6 o'clock time frame, TG should hop on with us then. Get his thoughts on the Jabrill Peppers signing, the Jets game, and then obviously the Seattle Seahawks, because we know that's one of his old squads right there, man. So it'll be good to catch up with him on that. And then I guess I'll tell y'all on the front end tomorrow, as it stands today, we should be having YA Black join the show, man. He'll be calling in, so it'll be good to talk to him, man. He obviously just had his first NFL debut in that week 1 game versus the Jets, so be good to just see how he's been doing, man, how that first game went for him and everything else, that's been happening to him now that he's officially a part of the Black and Gold. So super excited for that conversation. Like I said, that'll be tomorrow around that 4:30 time frame. Y'all know how we do in season on Thursdays. Stop playing, all right? Can't wait to talk to him, though, man. That's going to be a blast. So, yeah, man. Like I said, man, definitely one of them vibes, though, man. We in a good space. And, yeah, man. Guys want to know. Shout out to everybody that's want to know. If you're 1-0, hit the like button, all right? If you're undefeated today, all right? Not a lot of people undefeated, all right? But if you're undefeated today, you want to know, you woke up feeling like, smell like a victory, hit the like button one time. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. But before we get too deep into this, man, we got to pay a bill. So let me tap in real quick. So you already know what today is. Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. We're talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America, baby. Safe, secure, and my favorite, reliable. And we know NFL season is back in full effect, and we got action every single week with all of our favorite teams, favorite players, and what better way to add to the watching experience than by, putting a little bit of yourself into the game. And the best way to do that is with your promo codes, baby, which you already know we got to talk about. And the promo code is Moats for the new people out there. When you download that app, the beautiful DraftKings Sportsbook app, and you make your first initial bet of $5, use the promo code Moats. You will get $200 back instantly. It is an awesome situation for you and gives you a nice head start into all of the potential fun and potential what we like to call success. So with that being the case, you see what time we are on. You know what this is, but I also understand at times you might get lost in the sauce. You might develop a gambling problem. If you live in New York, it's a number that you could text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said a 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better call 1-800-GAMBLER. All righty. Shout out to DraftKings, man. We always appreciate them. And shout out to everybody that is here as well. Buzz, now you know the vocals were vocalating now. Don't you play me like that, man. I told y'all I get hype off the music. I was fresh off the 2 Chains, and then that dropped, and it was like it was time to hit the you feel me? We was on. All right, we was on. But I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the love, though. Shout out to the love. But anywho, man, you know how we do this thing. Let's get it started like how we always do. Drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from so that way I can give you that big boy shout out to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, and I do see the Cookie Monster in the building, the 610 Reading, PA. Let's go, Cookie Monster. Buzz now and always tapping in the yay area. Shout out to all my Bay Area, San Francisco folk as well, man. You know what time we on. Let's get it. Let's get it in Hannibal. I see you catching the Louis Armstrong. I see you catching the vocals. You see the range, all right, in the way that I can. All right. Oh, wonderful day or wonderful world. Excuse me on that one. All right. What about the homie Jar Devil in the 310 San Pedro, California, showing off the Steelers tat as always. And shout out to Bust. Now he says Oakland is where he's repping. All right. Sometimes you gotta know. I want to say yeah. I'm like, oh, are you San Fran or are you Oakland? All right. So shout out to the hyphen movement then, Ben. I'm with you, baby. You know I'm with you. All right. Let's get it. The King Herc, all the way in the 937, Dayton, Ohio. Shout out to Dayton, Ohio, baby. One time for the culture. Ooh, fresh every. We got Manny. Go, DJ. That's my DJ. What up, Manny? Shout out in the 702 Vegas, baby. And of course, we can't talk Manny Fresh without talking to Felicia Belly because you know she all the way in 337 Lake Charles, Louisiana. Always good to see you. Appreciate you being here as well. What up, Josh Moore? Hill District, the 15219. Respect. Always respect. Michael Starks in the 502 Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to Louisville, man. When I think of Louisville, I think ESTG. All right. Sorry, man. I like my music. And oh, here we go. Bart Basquiat. Always good to have you back, man. 805 Thousand Oaks, California. He says, I'm back, Moats. Well, we was waiting on you, baby. We glad to see you. All right. Super glad to see you. Let's see, man. We got one more, man. And then after that, we're going to get into this here program. Because I do see y'all. Boy, y'all deep in here today, though, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. I got Frank K. Says, was in Boise, Idaho yesterday. Now he back in the 520 Tucson, Arizona. Shout out to Tucson, man. If you know, you know. Let's get it, man. But appreciate everybody being here today, man. Always appreciate y'all, man. We do have a new member joining the squad. Shout out to I'm Too Saucy for you, joining the upper room. So I'm Too Saucy for you. Definitely appreciate you. And welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And as an upper room member, just know you're going to get early access to certain videos. Also, you get full editions of film reviews. We got one dropping probably within the next day or so. So hang tight on that. But members get full copies of that. Whereas obviously for the general public, you get a little more of a condensed version. And y'all get a little bit of my raw, uncut behind the scenes. All right. Might be to drop one of them soon. All right. But that's how we doing it over there, man. But shout out to the members, man. Definitely shout out to each and every one of y'all. So yeah, man, we're in a good spot, a good place, man. But let's go ahead and tap in to this here first topic. I think I want to get to the first topic. Oh, but you know what? We got a little time. I'll spend a little time. Shout out to the homie Mike T and not Coach T. He says, where is Deke? You guys good, man? Always good. I do know though that Mike, you have been gone for a while. That's what this means, man. A lot of people might have been going for a while. So yeah, man, back in January, January is in I think the second week of January, me and the homie man had a conversation. My man said he was ready to expand and basically, spread his wings, test his skills solo, man, and really see what he can do. And I'm big supporters. You feel me? So we said, man, we wish you nothing but the best. Go kill it. And we support my dog. So my dog is solo doing his thing. We love that for him. And we always say, man, if you see his content, support the content, like it up, subscribe, and do what you do. But we also got new people over here, man. So that's the Tanishas of the world, the Mark Bergens of the world, the Tyler Candelarias, and obviously, the locker mate, the homie, the out jizzle, Terence Garvin. former Pittsburgh Steelers and current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University, baby. But that's the update, man. So yeah, for some of y'all that are coming back, that's why y'all see someone in the chat already responding like, hey, man, y'all late, man. It's been happening. So yeah, that took place back in January. All right. So we got you, man. We update you. So tell a friend to tell a friend if you ask. All right. Or if you see somebody ask. But yes, that is the update. All right. So that's what the homie is. But we are supporting him. No ill will. There never was. So yeah, I don't think anyone's making that narrative. But just in case. All right. It's all love. Shout out to the homie though, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. All right. All righty. Oh, and I do see you, Roman Cooper, as well in Augusta, Georgia. You know, I got a shout out to Augusta one time for the culture. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So first things first, man, we got a new member in the black and gold family, man. Cat by the name of Jabrill Peppers, somebody who I think y'all should be familiar with. Drafted in the first round, man, 2017, out of the University of Michigan to the Cleveland Browns, right? He was the dude that, I mean, I feel like he went viral back when it was, you know, still on the upswing going viral, man, when he was doing his little, you know, little dance thing. And then before you know, he gets the ball, goes crazy out there on the field. And he was like, oh, this dude's actually a dog. He actually can ball. Like, this dude can legit play. He's not just hype. He's a football player, man. But comes to the NFL, man, 8-year vet, spent a couple of years with the Browns. Then from there was traded to the New York Giants, spent a couple of seasons with the Giants. And then from there, he got traded to he ended up with the New England Patriots. From there, he was with them up until last season, where played the first couple of games, ends up having to sit out due to some basically it was a cry wolf allegation that he ended up going to court for, having the trial. Everything shows that it was completely fabricated in the sense that the young lady was accusing him. So he ends up getting reinstated, or gets able to come back and play. Unfortunately, though, gets a knee injury and ends up only just playing in 6 games last season. But that has changed now, healthy now, ready to go now. And for us, we need him. We obviously know with Deshaun Elliott, everything is looking like he's going to miss some time, hopefully not a lot of time, but we at least know he's going to miss, you know, a week or so to start off, right? So when you're looking at Jabrill Peppers, man, dude that, like I said, man, has been in the league for 8 years and has been a productive player throughout his time. 99 games he's playing in. He started in 85 of them, okay? Has 7 interceptions so far, has 1 pick six during that time frame. 511 tackles. That lets you know right there, he is not afraid of contact. He is not afraid to put his face in the fan. He is a more than willing participant in the run game, which is what we know Deshaun Elliott specifically thrived at. Now, when we're talking about Jabrill, though, and some of the things that I like about him in comparison to maybe a Deshaun Elliott, who we know big, rangy, but more physical linebacker type safety, right? With Jabrill, I think more versatility, think more of a smaller, compact version of Jalen Ramsey. So he can cover in terms of playing in that slot, man, matching up with some of these slot receivers, even some tight ends, some running backs, right? But you can also put him in that middle of the field. He can play free safety, right? Sideline to sideline. But then he can also play that strong safety slot where you put him in the box next to the linebackers, and he's able to make tackles. He's able to be effective versus the run. You can also blitz him. He brings a lot of versatility to the table. The big thing is understanding how to use him and how to maximize his skill set. To me, very similar to the Honey Badger, right? Tyrann Mathieu. You don't want to play the Honey Badger just one spot and just leave him there, because that minimizes, you know, his effectiveness because of his smarts, his vision, his agility, and all the other things that he brings. So Jabrill, very similar family. Now, the thing that I think is going to be interesting is how quickly he gets up to speed in the sense of understanding what we're trying to do with Terrell Austin and understanding what the pieces around him are trying to do. Meaning, you can be on the same page with your coaching staff, but then when you're on this field, we might, in terms of player to player, see things, react to things a little bit differently. And that's the part where we got to build that trust. And that just comes through repetition. So through practice, that will be happening. That will be fine. That's how we'll find some of that, you know, continuity growing, and hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. But in terms of Jabrill, man, that's definitely one of those guys that is a good football player. a lot of us were surprised that, he didn't stick with the Patriots this offseason, man. But they ended up, cutting him. And it was like, wow, okay, there's a little bit of a surprise here. But to me, he is versatile. He can cover. He can tackle. He's a smart player, and he's ultra competitive. And that's the other thing that I like. You watch him play the game, man. He's not just running around to be out there. He's trying to make plays. And he's been a playmaker throughout his career. Obviously, at the NFL level, it hasn't been as consistently dominant as it was at Michigan, but we can say that about a lot of people, right? So with that, though, I'm a big fan of the sign, and I think he's going to help us out in a major way, especially while Deshaun Elliott is out. The beauty is this, though, with us having Juan Thornhill and Chuck Clark already in the building, that does alleviate some of the urgency to force Jabrill out there this week. And what I mean is, think about when we traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick a couple of years ago, right? And he literally was starting that same week and playing, a ton of those snaps. And it was kind of like, yo, we don't have an option right now. Sean Davis had got hurt. We didn't really have a lot of other people to turn to. This scenario is slightly different in terms of Chuck Clark, veteran player, Juan Thornhill, veteran player. Both of those dudes, I do feel like can come out there and start this week and give us quality snaps the same way they finished the game this past week. But I do want to see Jabrill get those opportunities, though, and he will get reps. Expect to see him out there this week, man. But in terms of how effective he's going to be off the gate, that's the part that makes me hesitant, just because when it's more of a high-level Swiss Army knife piece, traditionally, from my experiences, it takes those guys a little bit more time to get fully integrated into the system, into the defense, just because of the different things that highlight their skills. But by highlighting their skills, you might be taking another guy out of position, right? So if we're saying, hey, Jabrill, we want you at the slot right now, well, we know Jalen Ramsey been playing the slot, right? Now, granted, we know Jalen could bump to the outside corner, which he did when JPJ went down, so we know that's no issue. Ramsey could also play in the back end safety, right? So we know you could move him around some. But then you think about, okay, at the safety spot, if you playing him at strong, what does that do to Chuck? If you play him at free, what does that do to Juan? And those are some of the things that, from a Terrell Austin standpoint, he has to figure out the best way to utilize Jabrill. And that's the part that I'm excited to see. But as a whole, you can never have enough good players. Good players help you out in a major way. And obviously, Jabrill being here should be doing just that, man. And at least buying his time until good old Deshaun Elliott returns. So, like I said, man, as a whole, I like the move, man. So, y'all guys, let me know, though, in the comment section how you guys feel about Jabrill Peppers joining the squad. Are you a fan of him from, what you've seen when he was with the Patriots, Giants, Browns? Heck, maybe you're a Michigan fan. I know some of my Buckeye fans might not be too fond of him, but you guys let me know in the comment section. And, of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. All right. So Bust Down says A+, likes the signing. I could dig that. Definitely could dig that. Mike Hood, I was talking about you. I was thinking about you the whole time I was speaking, baby. He says most knows me. Yep. Hey, shout out to OH, though. All right. I got love for all my Buckeye fans, but I for sure was thinking of you. I'm like, oh, how does he feel about this one? Let's get it. All right. Oh, Felicia Bellick with the long boy comment. Shout out to you. She says, man, on paper, our defense looks sweet baby Ray saucy. Ain't that the truth? Shout out to Sweet Baby Rays. If you know, you know. He says, put that old Steelers smack down on everybody. Or that NyQuil. Passing out night. You want to go night? If you step up, if you want to. I'm telling you, man, Jabrill being a part of this defense, though, to me is a nice addition. Like you said, man, he's physical. He will hit you, but he's also a dude that can make plays on the football, man, and a smart player. That's the other part. Smart player. So let's get it. Hey, yo, Farron Bradford stole me out, man. All right? I had to limit line on folk today with the Gatorade, all right? It's good, too. But chill out, man. Don't stole me out, all right? But it's fire. It's fire today. Oh, shout out to David Decker doing his research, doing his homework, a former ESPN top 300, but he was the number 2 recruit of the ESPN top 300. I mean, Jabrill Peppers was like this big time dude, man. Former first round draft pick as well. Like, he's been top notch everywhere he's been at, and he's had a lot of success at this level as well. It's just when you're talking about being the number 2 of an ESPN top 300, you're talking about being a first round draft pick. Expectations are astronomical. And it's like, man, you should be like Jalen Ramsey in terms of your career. And it's like, hey, man, Jalen Ramsey's top 5. You feel me? So it's like, it's levels to the levels. But such is life, man. Such is life. Let's see. Ooh, Jamal McCullum. He says Jabrill is going to make all the difference. Buckeyes to life, but I know talent. No, respect on that, man. See, I like that. Right? That's growth from you Buckeye fans. All right. I like the growth right there. Not everybody can say something nice about the opposition, the rival. Okay. I'm still working on it. There's times where I'll be looking at the Ravens and the Browns and the Bengals, and I'm like, I should like this player. I should say something nice about this player, but I don't want to. Just can't help it. Sorry, maybe it's just me. All right. But I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. I'm working on it one day. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. All right. But yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot of positivity, man. A lot of good energy surrounding the Jabrill Peppers signing. I'm trying to see, does anybody dislike it? Jar Double brings up Ike Taylor being really high on Jabrill when he was coming out. Absolutely. Dude, a lot of us, man, when you looked at Jabrill and specifically saw the physicality with the versatility and the athleticism, that's a rare combination, man. Some dudes at this level are crazy athletic, but don't want to hit anything. Others want to hit everything, but don't have the athleticism to get to it. Some have the athleticism and the physicality, but don't have the mental. They're dumb as rocks. Like, bro, where are you going? You know what I mean? Like, I love the athleticism. I love the drive. I love the physicality. But, bro, you're going the wrong direction. We need to go right. You're going southeast. Like, what are we doing, bro? You know what I mean? Like, those are some of the things that would transpire at times, man. And you got to just work on those dudes, man. But when you find the complete total package, guys, or at least what you think is that is the thing that makes you exciting, man. That's the thing that makes those guys get drafted higher, get paid more money, because they check off more of those boxes that we say is the perfect player, or what we deem as the perfect type of player. But yeah, man, shout out to my man, Jabrill Peppers, man. Oh, don't tell me they gave him. See, I did not see they gave him a 40. That is stank. Oh, I guess you got to make that number look cool. He went from having the swaggy solos to now he got the stank joint on. And yeah, man, they said that, and shout out to David Decker right here, man, bringing up Deshaun Elliott potentially being back by week 4. So yeah, man, we will see, man. We will see with that, man. But like I said, man, shout out to Jabrill Peppers, man. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad. Definitely like it though, man. All righty. We had a super that came in here. Shout out to the homie Farron Bradford. He says, do you think 77 Broderick Jones could start at guard in the future? It's a lot easier to play guard, so sure. I don't see why a guy couldn't transition into that. Most of the time, though, if you're a tackle, you want to stay at the tackle spot. That's typically how you want to do it, man. You don't start moving dudes around in terms of guard unless you feel like, yo, this is an absolute lost cause. Now, I know some people feel like that, and, you know, shout out to those people. But football, like I know the black gold Steelers, like brass, they ain't nah. But the context with that is this, though, man. The bad plays that Broderick had was matchup related. Will McDonald and Quentin Williams. That's what those dudes internally are going to be looking at and identifying. And it's still not an excuse for, you know, not perfect play, but that context matters. And I think when you're talking about making roster moves, okay, because 77 is the starting left tackle. So when you talk about making a move to guard, the question then becomes, who are you placing out there for him that you feel like will do the same or better? Because that's been the argument, right? When it was Dan Moore, we felt like that. Well, some people felt like that wasn't good enough, and we were trying to replace that, right? And it was like, well, hey, man, if it's a first rounder, replace it. If this guy gets paid more, you just replace it. All right, cool. So now we see Broderick, and after one game at left tackle in the regular season, where versus two really good players, one player is an all-pro, one player is going to be a Pro Bowler, right? Will McDonald, 10.5 sacks last year. He'll probably do 10 again this year. We look at that and we say, hey, man, them two bad snaps, hey, this ain't going to cut it. So now we want to pull the plug on that. And it's like, well, do we go to Spencer Anderson? Is it Calvin Anderson? Is it Andres Pete? Like, that's the questions that I, send back to you, because to me, he's our best option right now. And also to me, he's not going to be playing against Will McDonald and Quentin Williams every week. Look at him when he had Michael Clemens. You look at him versus Jermaine Johnson, and you saw a totally different version of him pass blocking, a totally different version of him run blocking. Some players at this level are nice. Do we fault or do we say a left tackle or a right tackle is trash if Alex Highsmith beats him or if TJ Watt beats him? Nah, we say, yo, TJ Watt is the best edge rusher in the NFL. We say Highsmith is one of the best number 2 passers in the NFL. And we chalk it up to that. But we don't always return that same level of grace when it pertains to our offense. It's like, man, if Michael Clemens beat Broderick twice last week for sacks, I'm with you, man. Let's talk. Yo, should we put him at guard? Let's talk. Should we move him around? Let's talk. But we talking about Will McDonald, who had 10.5 sacks and has done dudes that are Pro Bowlers and flirting with being all pros the same way. Quentin Williams, he got a laundry list of bodies, pass game and run game. Heck, he was a big part of the reason why our run game or run offense struggled, because of what he was doing to the interior part of our offense. So certain things I will say, man, I don't think necessarily promote this type of reaction from my perspective. I do think that it is something that we should be obviously paying attention to, because, yeah, when you give up a sack, it doesn't matter who you're giving up against. A sack is a sack. Quarterback gets hit, and especially when it's Aaron Rodgers, you don't want any of that. But at the same time, when we make moves, you have to understand that there is a chain reaction. Every action has a reaction. So you pull Broderick out that tackle spot because of those 2 plays. Now we're looking and we're saying, okay, how do these other guys potentially match up going forward? And those are the things that me personally, and I know the organization, they're just not in a hurry to get the answers to that just yet. They want to see if this Broderick situation is kind of what me and a lot of them dudes kind of think it is, where it's like, yo, young player, but definitely played a lot better at left tackle in this first game than he did at right tackle a lot of times where he's been over there. So that's kind of the approach. I know it isn't the answer that everybody wants. I know it's not as sexy or it's not as fire and brimstone, you know what I mean, as people may want, but that's just the reality of it. And that's why you didn't hear Coach Tomlin come up here and say, yeah, man, we about to fire Broderick, man. We're working on left tackles this week. You didn't hear none of that. No, because they looked at it, it was like, yo, 2 bad matchups. One, he holding the ball a little bit long. Cool. We could work with this, though. All things considered. And there's also, you look at Arthur Smith. And you say, Arthur Smith, you're not Matt Canada. You know what you're doing, right? You're proven you've had success at this level. Continue to build out a plan where you continue to utilize pocket movement, play action pass, tight ends on Broderick's side, right? Ghost motions, pre-snap shifts and movement just to slow down that pass rush. Thoughtfully integrating screens and draws. Those are the things that we look at the coordinator. We say, yo, it's on you. This is what you got to do to help your personnel, because you don't have just this laundry list of, oh, yeah, we're just going to replace him with Trent Williams. Where is he at? You know, where is that guy at right now? That's going to help us. I haven't seen that dude. Get him off the street. Where? Who? Where is he? So until you find that, you got to figure out how to maximize what you have. And that's where you look at the coach part and you say, okay, you might feel like you have a piece that isn't playing consistent enough, but he has more than enough athleticism and talent. Let's find out what Pat Meyer can continue to do with him. He's been improving, though, and that's the crazy part about it. People don't want to like it or acknowledge it because it's not the improvement to the extent that they feel it should be. But from a league standpoint, it's like, yo, you're doing what you need to do right now, man. It's your first starter left tackle in the NFL, man. That preseason, throw that preseason out the window. We talk about real life ball. That was your first start. You handled everybody but Will McDonald and Quentin Williams on 2 of them plays. I could live with that, man. So we'll see what he does with this week, man. Should be a way better matchup for him, though, right? And we'll talk about that a lot more tomorrow as well, man. Super excited. But shout out to the homie Farron Bradford, man. Always good to have you in the building, man. Get a chance to talk some Broderick. Like talk about the fellas, man. Let's get it. You already know the drill too, man. Don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. All righty. Let's see. Oh, now I know we're about to go. Man, let's get him where we supposed to. Did I not put it? Oh, I was slacking on the job. Sometimes, when I'm over here producing, I produce it the way I need to, but then other times I might be slacking a little bit. It happens. It happens. But then you got to go and quarterback it. All right. So I quarterback it a little bit, man, while we over here jiving, having a little fun with it. But I do want to shout out the homie though. Can we shout out the homie for a second, if that's all right with y'all? Because we did have an AFC special teams player of the week. Yeah, we did, by the name of Chris Boswell. Shout out to the Bos, man. Being named the AFC special teams player of the week for his amazing kicking talents and everything that he put on display this weekend versus the Jets, man. Hitting out all of his extra points, then obviously going 2 of 2 on the big boy long ball field goals, man. 56 and from 60 plus, man. Always good to see Boz getting that recognition. And I'm torn because part of me is like, I want to see him just run the table and get that award every week and be special teams player of the month and all the other good stuff. But then I'm like, yo, I don't want him to kick it too much because I need us to be scoring touchdowns. But if it plays kind of like how it did this week, where it's like, yo, on occasion you can hit the long ball, but we still score 30 plus and it felt a legitimate 30. It didn't feel like Boz was scoring 15, 18, 20 of our 30 points. That part, I'm like, I could get around to this. Okay. I could be open to this. Just saying. But shout out to the Boz though, man. Boz look good, aka the serial killer. You know what he's that's what Coach T called him. I'm with you, man. No, Coach T was, hey, you see him, man. Dude don't blink. Dude don't get hyped. Dude don't get down. He just kicks. Just kicks. He says the logo, it doesn't matter. Every kick he makes, room to spare. Every time. You're like, oh my goodness. This dude's special, man. Shout out to the Boz though, man. Hard work definitely pays off when you think about the way that this dude, has stepped up and, hopped on that moving train. What was that back in 2013, 2014 time frame, man, when we brought him in? Or excuse me, 2015 time frame, when we brought him in. And, from there, it's like, dude has went on and become, the best kicker in Steelers history. He's obviously about to pass, Gary Anderson in terms of points scored and all that good stuff, man. But dude's special, man. Dude is special. The accuracy, the clutchness outside of the season where he kicked hurt all year, we have not seen Boz not look elite. We have not seen Boz not look like arguably the best kicker, right? Obviously, when Justin Tucker was in the league and he was healthy, we know, all right, those are the battles. But it's like, we look at this now, I'm like, who are we even talking about? Like, Boz is on a mission, man. 56 and then 60. Center cut. Plus room to spare 5 yards easily. That is special, man. So part of me says, offense, I need y'all to keep scoring the way that y'all scoring. Okay. Defense, we don't always have to make it close. Okay. But on occasion, we know it's going to happen. But man, shout out to Boz though. Knowing that you can hit from 56, knowing that you can hit from 60 down the middle, and it was outdoor. Want that endo? Want no endo? We outdoor. And we weren't in Denver. Some people hit them records in Detroit or in Denver. You're like, all right, bro, you in the dome here. Oh, and you kicking an altitude here. All right, bet. Boz a mess right here from 73 out there in Denver. Don't play with that, man. All right. Do not play with that, man. But shout out to Boz though, man. Definitely liking what I'm seeing from him though, man. And yeah. He gonna keep it going. For sure, he's gonna keep it going, man. But in Boz, we trust. So shout out to the special teams player of the week, Chris Boswell. Let's go, aka the serial killer. I like that right there, man. Definitely like that. All righty. Ooh, shout out to Leah Warren, man. She asked me when am I gonna do another live stream during the game. So I am torn, man. We got like some behind the scenes stuff we've been talking through, man, about doing it, hopping back on with it. We talked about maybe doing something exclusive to like members. Then it was like, all right, talked about potentially not doing it at all. Or maybe when I'm at the stadium, and it's like, man, what if we, pop up when we in that joint? Like, we don't know just yet, all right? But I'm thinking through some things. All right, we definitely thinking through some things. Maybe I might throw a poll up one day, all right? I might throw a random poll up, be like, yo, how y'all feel about watch party in December? How y'all feel about a watch party in October, maybe, all right? Maybe around Halloween or something like that. Who knows? But I think if we could like pick a game, man, and we all on the same page with it, I think that'd be dope, all right? So TBD on it is definitely something that is being talked about, has been talked about for a while. It's almost like he was on the most recent call I just had, man, because we was for sure just talking. It was like, yo, what's up with this watch party, bro? What's up with the watch party? We thought we had a date. We thought we had everything locked in. We thought we had what good. It is something popped up on the calendar. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So we work it. All right. We work it. So stay tuned though. Definitely stay tuned. But shout out to you though. It's good to know that some of y'all would rock with a watch party though. All right. Like I said, one of these shows, I'm gonna throw the poll in and we're gonna ask. All right, watch party, yay or nay? Okay. And if yay, which game we looking at? All right. The one that we get the most people that saying they gonna pull up on, we're gonna do it on. That'll be one. All right. So there we go. All right, there we go. But shout out to you though, Leah. Shout out. All righty. Oh, and we had another super that just pulled up as well. Who was shout out to my fan Bradford. He says, "You looking to get a Miami wide receiver or stay put?" Oh, okay. So the only Miami receiver that I had saw of getting talked about a lot was a good old Tyreek Hill. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that. Whew. If we're talking Tyreek, just the wide receiver in terms of when he's on the field, dude's electric. His speed, the acceleration, the ability to go up and get it, yards after catch. You can play him inside, outside, front of the formation, back side of the formation, at the wide receiver spot. He can run routes. He pretty much can do anything you want. And he is a nightmare to deal with when you're defending that dude. And, he's been to the pinnacle. Talk about him playing with Patrick Mahomes. He's played with some of the best in the world. Even Tua Tagovailoa, man. Dude, they got a 5,000-yard season with him down there, right? In terms of throwing the ball, man. Like, Tua can sling that rock a little bit, right? But with Tyreek, we obviously know there is another side. There is when the helmet comes off, unfortunately, that side. Not the best, not the best for a healthy working environment. I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah, not the best for youth to be potentially learning behaviors in the professional workplace in terms of how to express oneself when things aren't going the way that they may like. So with that, yeah, I'm a little bit more hesitant about bringing him in due to some of the off the gridiron and not even all the way off the gridiron. I'm telling you, even when he's on the sideline, once the helmet comes off, it's like, ooh, be careful. All right, be careful. So to me, maybe if our history with those receivers, maybe if our history was a little bit better, I would be open to it. But we know how the last one ended, and then the one after that, and then the one after that. We don't have the best history right now with very passionate wide receivers, like to express themselves passionately. We don't got the best track record with them right now. All right, so to me, I say we chill at wide receiver. Okay, shout out to Calvin Austin. Shout out. Okay, Calvin Austin stepped up. He looked good. Let's see if he can do that again. Let me just see what that looks like for the next couple of weeks. Because if that is what we can rely on, and that is a consistent thing that we saw from Calvin Austin, then that's your wide receiver too. From the production standpoint, that's the guy. And the beautiful part is you already have familiarity because he's homegrown. He's been here. So with that, you don't have to worry about the messaging getting lost. You don't have to worry about this, guy growing or turning into something that he hasn't been. You know who he is. You've seen this dude from the first time he stepped foot in an NFL locker room, man. And I think that part, I'm more interested in leaning into the Calvin Austin element. And granted, my skepticism surrounding him week one was largely due to the no preseason. We never saw what he looked like. So to me, I'm anticipating seeing what we just saw from a year ago. Sunday looked like improvement because that was even more production, even more confidence. And we saw a rapport between him and Aaron Rodgers. That's what we were hoping for all of last year with him and Russell Wilson. Obviously, that wasn't as consistent as we would have liked. But to me, man, I'm like, we didn't look like we're lacking talent at the wide receiver position. It was just we didn't have the most familiar name. But Ben Skronik gave you a touchdown. Calvin was, like we talked about, super productive. DK was productive. It might not always be Ben Skronik, but okay, what about when Roman Wilson steps up? It might not be Calvin Austin. Okay, well, then you got Scotty Miller. And those are the things that I'm looking at, and I'm saying, let's see what that looks like week 2, week 3. Because if that does develop and we turn out that we actually have more of a versatile group instead of just saying, man, we got two pieces or one major piece, then that could be the difference. That could work. I don't care how we get the success. I don't care how we're constantly going to score the points. Just do it. That's kind of how I look at it. If it's a famous name that we all know and feel familiar with, great. But if it's a name that we don't know and that dude just pops up on the scene, great too. It doesn't matter how we get it done. Just get it done. The big thing is we got the quarterback. That answer we feel good about as long as he remains healthy. We feel good because you've seen now talent, he still has it, and mentally, he's still extremely sharp. Those are all the things that you need to play this position, man. And he understands how to play within the confines of the offense, right? Doesn't go rogue, doesn't try to do too much, stays within it. But when it's time to make a play, makes a play. I'm more excited about leaning into that versus bringing in a Tyreek Hill potentially that we know it's extremely high risk, but extremely high reward. We ain't gonna lie to you now, right? Because Tyreek is one of them ones. If he's healthy, he's on, he's motivated, has somebody throwing the ball, that's a top 5 dude. We know that. But you also got to take into account the other stuff that comes with him. And like I said, for me, that's the big reason why I say no right now. Jalen Waddle, maybe that would be very different, but I also think the ask and definitely the ask, I think, would be different because of the age and the fact that he's not necessarily as volatile as, the other one is, but you're also not getting that type of player either. Waddle is nice, but Waddle is nicer due to Tyreek. We get that, man. So I look at that also, man, but I'm cool. I would like to just roll with the game that we got for right now. All right. Until they show me something otherwise that make me feel like, all right, they can't do it. I'm taking it as 1 week at a time, man. And that first week, they did well. Let's see what they look like this week. And then, like I said, after 4 weeks, man, we'll have a nice sample size. We'll be able to look and say, okay, they did well in these 2 weeks versus these matchups. They struggled versus these guys. Okay, well, what was the personnel? All right, cool. If it was matchup related, great. We can live with that. If it's dudes that we don't feel like should be guarding these guys, the same way I talk about Broderick, if guys that I personally don't feel should be beating Broderick or beating him in one-on-one pass rush or whooping him in the run game, that's when you start talking trades, cuts, and those things. But if it's, that guy's legitimately better than him, you can't make grand moves off of that because you will put yourself in a very bad spot because you just, oh man, he got beaten. It's like, nah, man. Information matters when you're talking about that person and when you're talking about that roster element of it. All right. But shout out though to the question, man. Shout out. But yeah, I like it, Farron Bradford. I like it. All right. Got another super that just pulled up as well. Shout out to the homie Justin Gordon. Your boy appreciate you being here and for dropping the super as well. So Justin Gordon says, yo, what's up? I just seen a headline saying Titans paying $82 million to find out what the Steelers already knew. Let Broderick cook. He can't get better being on, or he can't get better on the bench, and neither can Calvin Austin III. Ian's got to know, or the young boy's got a ball. I like it. So think about it like this, man. People are going to react and feel type of ways when they see the money, and that is why they're going to say whatever they say about Dan Moore, regardless of it, right? I did catch a little bit of the game. Dan Moore is Dan Moore. He's a good player, not a great player. It is what it is. Problem is this. We look at the money and say $82 million. Why would you pay Dan Moore that? The alternative is, okay, cool. Don't pay Dan Moore that. Who do you put out there in front of Dan Moore? Those are the alternatives. We've obviously seen how people after one game are ready to move on from Broderick. And it's just like, well, that's supposed to be the massive upgrade. You got to let it have time because it takes time to play that position. That's one of the hardest positions in the NFL because you're going against who? One of the best players on the team, the pass rusher, right? That guy that gets to rush the left tackle. Yeah, when you pass rushing at the NFL level, you are one of those guys, man. You are one of those ones. So, yeah, you better understand that. And if you understand that, that's why you hear a lot more grace, patience, even the O-lineman people that play O-line, right? The Brian Baldingers of the world, the Ramon Fosters of the world, right? The dudes that have done this. Heck, even what's my man Booger McFarland, all the dudes say it takes time, man. You got to let them do his jail. It takes time. Takes time to live it. Takes time to learn. Gotta learn. Hey, give him time. That's what this is, man. So regardless of how we spend it, man, I don't think we got to shoot at anyone. I throw that out there too. But I do feel like, man, he has to take some time, man. It's going to take time. Repetition, man. And sometimes he might not look good. Guess what? Just like in life, the progression isn't always going to be linear. I know we feel like because this is a sport, we should be able to control it. Meaning, hey, if you play well this week, you should play well every week. If you played well on this play, you should play well every play. That's not realistic. Same way, that's not realistic in life. Hey, I had a great week at work, so every week should be great at work then. No, I had a great day at work, man. This is the best shift of my life. Oh, this is the best show. Oh, we cooked. That don't mean the next show gonna be like that, or the show after that gonna be like that, or the time you clock into your shift after that gonna be like that. Heck, even as parents, right? We know, hey, man, some days, man, you in your bag, right? I'm in my dad bag on occasion. Boy, we got the kids out the house on time. Little man had the hair fresh, man. Compliment the ladies, you know what I'm saying, with the hair, but we was getting it. And then other days, I'm over here like, oh, boy. I took an L today as a pop. Oof, I was dead weight. God, I got to step my game up tomorrow. It's life. But because we throw the dollar amount and because we can see these guys and a lot of people have opinions on them because they're on Front Street, we act as if like that timeline, that real just human element doesn't exist, man. They're not robots. So, like you said, man, give them time. Shout out to the homie Justin Gordon, baby. Shout out to Justin Gordon. But like I said, man, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel and enjoying what we are on. All right. Oh, okay. And let's talk about it, man, because I do see some people in here want to talk a little Broderick. So shout out. Chris Hobson says, man, he feels like Broderick gives up on the play. And he feels like that's his problem with Broderick. Well, I would say that everybody has their perception of what giving up looks like. I know sometimes you might see him turn his back, right? And it's almost like, yo, are you trying to just like spin off of the guy? Or is that a technique where you're trying to just get in the guy's way, right? Those are certain things that are asked, man. But like I said, everybody's going to have their view of what they deem is good enough effort versus not good enough effort. I just lean on the coaches with that standpoint. Traditionally, when it's effort related, coaches don't have a long leash for that. Effort related is very different than skill related. And that's why when I watch them on tape, I don't see effort issues. I don't even see a ton of skill issues. You heard me bring up the matchup because the matchup matters. Now, in those matchups, we could talk about the technique and some of the things that he could do to correct that. But at the same time, some things are bad matchups. Bad matchups are this guy is so good that he's going to make you get uncomfortable in your technique because you're not able to just stay perfect versus him. And he is also gifted enough to exploit when you make that mistake. Now, the job for Broderick is to not make the same mistake going forward. And I think that that's what we want to see come week 2. Anything that we're going to bring up about Broderick from a historical standpoint was him at right tackle. Those are two totally different spots, though. So to me, I can't have all this like buildup of negativity towards Broderick when that's not the case. This is the first time I've seen him struggle at left tackle, and not even struggle, just have a couple bad plays versus some really bad matchups. Because if we felt like he was unplayable, if we felt that, you know, his effort or his consistency with that effort wasn't good enough, he wouldn't be able to be on the field because the guys that he's going against, you already bring up Michael Clemens, you already bring up Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson's the first round draft pick. Michael Clemens has been in this league for a couple of years now. He's a productive player also. Nobody at this level is just good enough to, oh, I'm going to go ahead and have tell it versus dudes going full speed in regular season games and I get embarrassed. Nah. So that's why for me, it's like, I get it, you know, for everybody, they're different in terms of what they perceive. So that's why I'm not saying that you're wrong for what you might feel. I'm just saying that I personally haven't seen it be necessarily an effort issue. But at the same time, want to see him play better. And I think all of us would agree upon that. That's where I definitely agree. It's like, yeah, you want to be better because we want everybody to be at all pro level. We want every player that's out there to be the best that is out there. We don't look at anybody and say, hey, man, we're happy because that guy's just average as heck, man. Heck yeah, man. Just stay average. It's a great day. Nah, we want everybody to be great. And in order for that to be, we got to critique. We got to talk about what they do well, what they struggle with. With my approach, though, is just at the end of it, instead of it having to end with an absolute, meaning move them, cut them, this. It's like, that's not needed for context. We can have context, we can talk about it, but an absolute decision after week 1, that's where we look at as players and we're like, yo, that's more overreaction. That's more knee jerk. That's more, oh my, we got a big fix. And it's like, nah, we ain't it. That won't that. Not that won't that. No, that won't that, baby. That won't that. So that's what I'm saying, man. Let's give some time. But we will see, man. Hopefully next week you don't feel that way. But we'll see. And I think that's the beautiful part. But the good thing is this. If this is our biggest issue that we're talking about, I think we're in a great spot. If Broderick Jones on the offense, if that's the big thing we're gonna harp on, that's the big thing we're gonna talk about all season, that's the one we're gonna keep coming back to, I could live with that, man. Because you saw, even with that performance, 34 points reflected from that, and Aaron Rodgers looked comfortable at times. Aaron Rodgers didn't look like he was under duress the whole game, and he can't get. No, that wasn't the case. And in fact, this is why I also complimented Arthur Smith, because of the play action pass, the bootlegs, the ghost motions, different things to slow down some of those pass rushes to help Broderick, because you got to help him. You also got to help Troy at times, man. These are young players. Mason and Zach Frazier in the interior. It's going to be some times where it's like, yo, these are young players, man. It takes time. So it's not just on them as individuals. It's also on the coaching staff, man. It's also on the coordinator in terms of how he play calls. So all of that's going to go into this name, man. But the beautiful part is we all get to be here to watch it, man. We get to watch it. You're going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. We're going to rewatch it. We're going to talk about it, have fun with it, man. And hopefully at the end of this thing, these dudes will be on a level that all of us like them at. We're all going to say, yeah, great. Best league. We hope for that, right? But we'll see, though, man. We shall see. Ooh, okay. And now he's probably joking with that one, man. But I do like it, though, man. I do like it. All right. So, but yeah, though, man, y'all let me know in the comment section. What is your alternatives for week 2 with Broderick? Because I know a lot of you guys are very passionate about replacing him, or at least moving on from him after the first game. Just tell me your legitimate plan, because to me, I've kind of laid out my approach to it, but I ain't the only one that has an opinion. I know I might feel like, I know a lot from my experiences, watching it, playing it, studying it, all of that, but I'm always open, baby. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, man, what your switch would be, man. All right, let me know. What that lemon lime hitting today, boy? Ooh, that was tasty. Let's do it. Oh, we waiting? All right. Give y'all some time to type it in, though, man. Get some time to type it in. Okay. Ooh, so Benjamin says, I feel like it's different if he wasn't getting bullied for 4 quarters, Bragg not even fighting back. Shout out to that approach. I personally didn't see him getting bullied for 4 quarters, though. That was me. I saw him get beat by Will McDonald, Quentin Williams for sacks. Saw him get beat for a third one where I felt like Aaron Rodgers kind of was holding and stepping up right to where the bull rush was happening. I get what you're saying, though, in the sense of, hey, man, if it doesn't look like you're mauling people, or if when you see him, you only see him look bad, yeah, it would give you the feeling of him being bullied. I'm just telling you, I had to do the watching all the play stuff. So I can't tell you he wasn't just getting bullied. He actually did have some plays, man. He blocks people really well, man. All right. So I get what you're saying, though. So shout out to that, though, man. Shout out. All right. Kenneth Moses says, man, have a running back, tight end chip, or combo block his guy. They do that on occasion. You don't want to do it exclusively, though, because now it limits what you're trying to do from a passing standpoint. But you look at the touchdown pass to Calvin Austin, look at the touchdown pass to Ben Skronik. Actually no help on it, but they help by sliding the line because of the play action part of it. So there are multiple ways that you can go about it. And one of the sacks that he gave up, it looked like you can make a case that the guard should have been there to help him out. But regardless of it, it's like, yeah, you still got beat to the inside. It happens. But they are doing certain things to help him, and that's what you're supposed to do regardless. If you identify somebody as the weakness, regardless of if you feel like they're weak because of skill or weak because of matchup, those are the things that you do. It's the same thing that every offense does when they play against us. They don't care who their right tackle is. When you're playing against TJ Watt, you are at a disadvantage. So they do what? They try to move the pocket. They try to chip. They put tight ends over there. The Jets were doing it. It's like, oh, let's send the ghost motion over there. Let's bootleg. Let's try to do all these different things to slow him down. So once again, this isn't just a us thing. Everybody does it because that's one of the hardest things to do in the NFL. Blocking pass rushes and covering these wide receivers. You'd be like, oh my God, good luck to y'all, man. All right, covering wide receiver, that's one of the hardest things you will ever do. But you try to block one of these pass rushes coming off that line of scrimmage, man, good luck. All right, ain't a lot of them that's out there that's doing it at a high level and a consistent level. I mean, we could name some of them dudes, and it's like, yeah, remember when Orlando Brown was deemed as the guy, and we're looking at Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig have their way with him. And that was a dude they got broke off, big boy paid, highly decorated player. We can go down the list of those players. How many times do we watch Alex Highsmith get after Ronnie Stanley? And we're like, Ronnie Stanley is arguably one of the top 3 tackles in the league consistently. And it's like, yo, Highsmith has his way with that man. And we be over here doing what? We don't say, yo, Stanley sucks. What do we say? Highsmith, that dude. But it's because he plays for us, right? So let's not make it where it's exclusive to us that, hey, man, left tackle struggle blocking pass rushes. It ain't just exclusive to us. I've named all pros. Those are the names I brought up specifically, Ronnie Stanley and Orlando Brown, for a reason, man. All right. So it just gives you context, baby. It gives you context. So when you see a Will McDonald having success, when you see Quentin Williams, specifically those two guys having the success, you have to understand that context. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself in a position where you just feel stressed out about this dude, man. Like I said, the ones that he was supposed to block, watch him when he was going against 72. Watch when he was going against 11. Watch those reps. Look good versus them. So I wasn't seeing him get bullied by them dudes. I seen a couple plays where Will McDonald has some success. Quentin Williams has success, man. But like I said, man, that's just O-line. That's left tackle in the National Football League. That's why them passers get paid as much as they get paid, man. Don't be surprised in 2 years when Will McDonald is signing a record-breaking deal. That's what you do as a pass rusher. When you get the 10.5 sacks the first time, you do it again, you get 40, 50 million, maybe 70, 80 million. That's what happens, man, all right? So that's the context. I know not everybody talks about Will McDonald, but if you watch him, you'll see. You for sure will see, man. But let's get it. Let's get it. Ooh, nice question right here from Vong One Ups. He says, you think we'll see TJ move around this season? We actually got a chance to see that this first game, and they put him over there on the right side for a couple of rushes. Wasn't a ton, but he did get some reps over there. Did see that. I forgot the one rush he had. It was when Justin Fields ends up stepping up. I want to say he scrambled and threw the drop-off pass, but he did take a couple reps from over there on the right side, which was cool to see, man. So I'm hopeful that we will see more of that. I think that would be a nice addition to this defense if you start moving TJ around, because now you can't just always account for he's going to be at this spot. Because when you can account for him always going to be at that spot, you look at how teams are able to help tackles out. All right, tight end, running back, chip combo, all that stuff, slider protection. All right, play action pass. Okay, we're only going to roll out this way. We're not doing anything to that side of the field. That changes, though, when you're like, okay, is he going to be on the left or on the right? Is he lined up in the middle? Is he over the guard? Where is he going to be at? That's a game changer. Now, that only works if TJ is comfortable with it and if TJ is still effective doing it. You start moving around just to move him around, and he's not productive, and the rest of the defense isn't productive or more productive because of it. Now we're just wasting time being cute. We don't want to be cute. We want to make sure that it's effective, though. So I did see that, man. So we will see. If he keeps doing it, I do think it's only going to be a positive, though. The same way you look at a Micah Parsons, the same way you look at Myles Garrett, how they flip-flop sides, Max Crosby flip-flop sides. It challenges your offensive linemen. It puts those dudes in binds. It makes coordinators have more things to prepare for, because now they can't just simply say he's here. And as long as I know he's here, I can account for this. We're left-handed this week, guys. Nah, that don't work like that when that dude lining up on both sides now. All right. So we will see. But I'm a big believer in, what makes TJ the most comfortable. I do not care about what everybody else around the league is doing. If TJ feels the most effective rushing on the left side and just the left side, it's like, man, keep him there. But if he wants to challenge himself, if he wants to step out that box and say, you know what, man, play me on that side, play me in the middle, let me stand up a little bit more, let me do some of this, let me roam around, man, let's do it. I'm all for it. But only if it's going to make him effective, more effective. Because like I said, man, TJ is a dog. You know TJ know how to do it, man. But yeah, that's definitely something to be dope, though, man, for sure. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, shout out to Bart Basquiat, aka Twin. He said, I got Boz in my fantasy league, so I'm happy. Him alone will carry me. I got Boz as well. I was very happy. Boz was getting me out the bind. All right. Literally, Sunday. Oh, by Sunday night, I was back where I wanted to be. All right. I had a rough early part of my fantasy go at it. But by Sunday night, because Boz is my kicker. Okay. But I got Josh as my quarterback. I was feeling great. Everything was good. And I was just waiting on DJ Moore. Everything was good. Just waiting on DJ Moore. Still waiting on DJ Moore. Yeah. Still was waiting on him. So he let me down. Shout out to DJ Moore. Okay. Or maybe shout out to Caleb Williams. I don't know just yet. But I was for sure watching that game just like, I don't know which one of y'all I don't like more right now. Okay. Is it DJ or is it Caleb? I don't know. Caleb with that stank shirt just hanging underneath. I'm like, bro, you can't look stank, play stank, and not get my guy who I need to have just 2 tutties, man. Just get him a tutty, man. I ain't asked for much, man. God dog, man. Throw the ball to DJ Moore. You feel me? Like, that was my energy, all right? Shout out to fantasy football. I'm in it now, okay? I used to not be like that, but I was really watching it like low-key, like, yo, Caleb, I feel some type of way that you're not throwing it to my receiver. I need my receiver to catch this ball. I need him to get these points. I'm feeling great. I got the comeback coming back. You know what I mean? But such is life, man. Such is life. But yeah, man, it's like that. It's definitely like that. But for sure, pay that man. Pay Boz, man. Stop playing with him, Pittsburgh. Big dog. Respect. Alrighty. But let's see where we want to go next. You know what? I might want to stick here for a little bit though, man. Cause shout out to DC53, man. He did bring up the fact Brees Hall could have had about 200 on us. Yeah, man. We weren't looking pretty on that run defense. I low-key thought we was gonna be more upset about that than the Broderick situation. I'm like, yo, we tripping on the Broderick. I'm like, bro, I know what that was, and we still dropped 34 on them folk. Say, well, what their run defense was looking like? Did y'all had an issue with that? Y'all was cool with what to y'all? Y'all let me know. What do y'all felt was more alarming? Broderick playing at left tackle or how our run defense was in week 1? Because to me, the way that y'all have this passion about Broderick, that's how I look at this run defense before I look at Broderick like that. But I'm like, man, maybe I'm missing it. You know what I mean? Maybe the Jets, that interior part of their O-line is just that daggone dominant that they can get that much consistent movement. Maybe that's what it is, right? Because I know who Will McDonald is. I know who Quentin Williams is. I can say their names. I can say them around the league. And people can be like, dog, bigger dog. I mean, you know the Jets offense line. You heard names. All right. You tell me. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I don't know the people that I think I know. Maybe y'all know them better than me. All right. So yeah, help me make it make sense. Y'all was more worried about Broderick than the run defense. And don't try to switch it up now because y'all already have shown yourselves. Because before we even brought up run defense, all y'all talked about was Broderick. All y'all talked about was 77, super chats, regular chats, and we put 34. And like I said, that was Will McDonald and Quentin Williams. So please, I know we got to talk about this run defense. I know that because I don't want to just be randomly speaking out my behind. Let me make sure I pull up the Jets depth chart so I can make sure I name drop them the right way. All right. Because boy, I had to miss it, man. I know this got to be filled with all pros. Josh Myers, John. I know John Simpson. I'm actually very familiar with John Simpson. Joe Tittman. Yeah, those got to be first team all pro Pro Bowl type, right? Because the way we tripping on Broderick after Will McDonald and Quentin Williams. Oh, I know we got to be losing our mind about this. Oh, let's see what we say. Oh, now Aaron Gray. Run defense has me big, man. Oh, okay. Now we want to talk the run defense. Oh, I'm putting y'all faces up here. Don't y'all be trying to play now. Now we want to talk the run. Oh, Bust now optimistic about the run defense. They're going to bounce back a week too. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. And this sums it up perfect right there. I can't repeat it, but you know what they was playing like, man. God dang. Pittsburgh Ty said, well, Broderick might get Aaron Rodgers killed. He might. Well, Brees might run for 300 yards next time. You see this? He might. What about Derrick Henry? He might run for 500 yards, right? If we doing the Mike game. But he did it. He ain't get hurt. We saw Brees go crazy, though. We saw that. We know what Broderick accounted for, and we're going to talk about that. We actually did talk about that. But let's also talk about how many dudes are Will McDonald, right? We know in the division, you're going to see who? Trey Hendrickson, he a dog. Myles Garrett, bigger dog, right? We going on, those are some dogs. But this Jets interior offensive line was not that. That, to me, is something that we do have to get fixed. And I do feel like week 1, I have a lot more grace for the dudes, man. I looked at it and I said, man, you know what? Younger players on the interior part, right? Obviously, no Derek Harmon out there. I also looked at it, I said, man, some of these dudes we do have higher expectations for, and they should at this stage be playing more consistent. But unfortunately, they still aren't. Some dudes are still playing with very high pad level, and that is making them look like they're on skates. And it's multiple interior D linemen. And part of that, I look and I have those questions of, okay, is it coaching? Is it the personnel? Is it the matchup? I look at these matchups from the Jets and I say, I don't think this was a bad matchup. I don't think this is one where we should have felt like we were at a disadvantage. In fact, I felt like we should have had an advantage in the situation. I thought Cam did his thing. I thought Cam was over here knocking folk back, being disruptive like we know he can do. But it was the other part of the congregation that wasn't as consistent. They would flash, get a good knockback on this play, but then the next time versus the double is like, whoa, baby, I'm seeing you moving back. You're too high. I should have you seeing your helmet. I should have you seeing your jersey. I should have you to read your numbers. Like, hey, bro, you are up. Like, you got to get your pad level down, man. But that's why we drafted Derek Harmon also, to make those others that we're speaking of either up their play or B, get them off the field so you can put the guy that can do that out there. That's the part that was a little bit frustrating to me, because I do feel like the dudes that were on those skates out there are better players than what they showed in that Jets game. And they will be the same ones to tell you that. They know that what they did and what was on that tape wasn't good enough, and it also had a chain reaction. I talked about the linebackers because, I'm an LB at heart, and I was critical of some of them dudes, and some of them I'm looking and I'm like, yo, part of that I get, that's wrong by you, but the other part is I get why you're doing that, because D-line is in your daggone face, man. If that D-line doesn't give, and especially our type of linebackers this year, we don't have the Landon Roberts type, right? We talk about Malik Harrison, but he still is a little bit smaller version or a little lesser version of a Landon Roberts, right? In terms of how he can see it and go get it, the physicality part. So when you're talking about rangy, athletic, smaller linebackers, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, you got to keep them clean, man. And the mindset is those big dudes up front should be able to do that because they're winning the grass, right? Getting knocked back, getting 1 yard across the line of scrimmage, sitting down, hat, hands, stack, shed, blocks, keep the OBs clean, let them dudes make the pretty plays, right? But it's hard for those guys to make those plays when D-line is giving up movement. And then from there, what ends up happening is the lack of trust. LB doesn't trust that D-lineman is going to be in his gap, so now you'll peek. Okay, you peak, that gets you out your gap, and now ball hits in your gap. That's the chain reaction off of it. So now you got to make sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody is doing what they're supposed to do within the confines of it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if it's Brees Hall, it doesn't matter if it's Derrick Henry, it doesn't matter who the running back is. When you're not in your gap at this level, those dudes are hitting it, man. And the good ones, that's the difference between it being a 7-yard run and a 30-yard run, right? The special guys, we saw Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry makes one dude miss, and it's 70. The good ones, right? Saquon, 70. But just the average ones, it's like, yo, that's a 20-yard gain. That's a 15-yard gain. That's an explosive run. And that's the thing that kills you as a defense, that kills what you're trying to do in terms of this, the flow, in terms of how you want to call the game, getting your pass rushes, the exotic stuff that we got with these secondary players, you lose all of that based on the simple element of stopping the run, man, because they're never behind the sticks. They're always in second and short, right? They're always in manageable situations where the offense has the advantage. And that's, like, to me, like I said, the frustrating part, because when I look, I'm like, yo, we have players that know how to make plays. We have players that actually are very smart and know what they're doing, but their skills become minimized due to that, the chain reaction, right? And that's the part where I look at those D linemen. I'm saying, man, y'all are better than that. Get your pads down. Them playing with better pad level is going to make that interior part of the run defense a lot better. LBs, discipline. You got to trust that they're going to be where they're supposed to be in front of you, sit in your gap the way that you're supposed to sit there, and make the tackles that come to you. The beautiful part was this, though. I do feel like we tackled well. I just don't feel like we were in the right spots all the time, and that was largely why the rushing total looked as nasty as it did. I get some of the stuff schematically with Justin Fields, man, his ability to pull the ball, or even just the threat of the RPO or the zone, the QB run. It does slow you down. It does make you hesitant, and that in week one is a nice addition for offenses. But there were still certain things that took place in that game where you're like, no, dude, we've seen this a lot from these players, even dating back to a year ago. That's a different conversation. That's the part where I look and I say, yo, we have to have more urgency there. But to me, man, pad level. When I look at the D-line right now, pad level, and early on in the season, you understand that could happen. It's just frustrating, though, because these aren't rookies per se that are showing that. That's the thing that you're like, man, if it's a young player, if it's a rookie, if it's the first time he's at this position, you have grace. If it's a matchup issue, man, you're going against a dude that we know is a certified killer. Cool, grace. But when it's a matchup that we're saying, hey, dude, we looked at you and felt like you should have the advantage here, and it turns out that it wasn't that, and you can make a case that it wasn't even, that you kind of got beat up on, that's the thing that we look and it makes you feel a little bit differently. So that was why I was a little bit more surprised. I for sure thought we were going to be having, 30-minute convo about the run defense, not Broderick like that today, but shout out to Broderick. All right, there you go. Y'all like that O-line talk, bro. I'm like, bro, we tripled on that one. I'm like, if that, no. This can't be. This for sure can't be. That can't be happening, bro. Yeah, because we gonna play better O-line. We gonna play better interior offensive linemen, man. That can't look like that. D linemen and LBs in the interior part, you got to be better, and they know this. They watching that same tape I watch. They watch it the same way I watch it. Where you keep rewinding it back. Oh, all right. Let me rewind it back. Let me see what this player did. All right, let me rewind it back. Let me see what this player did. Oh, let me rewind it back. Let me see. Yeah, I spent there going 5 minutes on one play. Be like, hold on, bro. Did I really see that? Why would you do that? And then you look at the next one, you're like, oh, but you got it right this time. Then why did you do it the first time then? And that's the other frustrating part. You will watch it on tape. You're like, bro, how is it the same game? Sometimes the same series. And it's like, yo, you did well right here, but then you don't do it right here. And that's the human element part. But still, it's like, yo, you were out here for a reason. You're compensated. Some of these dudes nicer than others. You want to see more consistency with their game, man. But that for sure is frustrating, though, man. For sure is frustrating. But like I said, that's just from what I've seen, man. And obviously, I'm a little bit more passionate about that defense, man, just because, yeah, when you've been over there and you've linked it, you bled on that thing, man. You're like, hold on, man, that matters a little bit more now, all right? You better hold true to this thing, man. Hold the dang on line, boy. Don't you be over here dropping that, man. Don't you be over here looking at it like that, man. You know better than that, man. Come on now. Come on. But honestly, that's what I feel, though. And I know we don't like to do this because we're the Steelers. It's always we're the best. And when we aren't the best, then it means we suck. But how many of y'all would say that Justin Fields played really good too? Did anybody feel, or maybe I was the only one? I thought Justin Fields had a heck of a game, one of his best showings as a professional. But maybe that was just me. Maybe y'all looked at Justin Fields and was like, oh, that's Chicago Justin Fields. That's trash Justin Fields, man. That won't nice. Maybe that's the case. Maybe y'all don't like Breece Hall. Breece Hall has been a productive player in this league when he's been healthy. Shoot, you know what me and TG call him? The faster L Bell. Because that's what his game is like in terms of his ability to slow you down, but also hit it in terms of the home run, contact, bounce, catch out the backfield. We like him. I like Brees Hall a lot. Heck, I hope the Jets don't sign him and he can find a way to come over here because I think he'll be a very nice addition. He's a really good player. I obviously see the Jets a lot more because, with the old squad Bills. So when I watch them, I'm watching that Jets team. I've seen Brees for the last couple of years. I've seen Will McDonald the past couple of years. Seen Quentin Williams the past couple of years. So when I speak about these dudes, I'm speaking from the experience of I don't just watch them when they play against us. I'm watching them against other teams as well. And they got left tackle that's all pro over there, Pro Bowler. I know what Will McDonald makes that look like at times. That's all I'm saying. I know what Quentin Williams has made that look like. That's all I'm saying. So if it could happen to a Deion Dawkins, I'm sorry. I just got a little bit more grace from Roderick. That's all, man. But yeah, y'all let me know, man, how y'all felt about Justin Fields, though, man. Okay. Michael Hyrack says my man was balling out. Brent Fox, I see you also, man. Says my man Justin Fields did his thing. Respect, man. Like, that was my thing. I was like, yo, smart decisions, strong throws, even had that touch pass on the crosser for the Wilson touchdown. Played well, yeah. I thought that, man, in terms of Fields' pocket awareness, his throwing first mentality, you saw him on one play where he's about to scramble. He puts the linebacker in conflict, drops it off. I believe it was Garrett Wilson. Thoughtful with it, right? We also saw ball security. He didn't put the ball on the ground. He didn't throw it into harm's way. Thought that dude played one of his best games. And it's like, that also matters. I know we wanted to just be exclusive to us and we're the only ones that can play good. And if we don't play good, it's only because we played bad. But it's like, sometimes they play good also. Sometimes Brees Hall is actually a dude that does play well and he's fighting for an extra contract over there. The problem is it's a new regime over there. This wasn't the group that drafted him, so that's why they're not about to commit money to him right now. But Brees Hall's a heck of a player. He's a good player, man. Justin Fields got how much money this offseason? How many people were even talking about, man, we want Justin Fields here. We want to keep him here, right? This offseason. So we also felt like he was capable of making plays, of being a good player. Garrett Wilson, that's a player that we've talked about, right? Hey, man, what they're going to do over there with the Jets, man? All right, Devontae, all right, cool. If we're going to get Devontae, we go for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, man. We want to trade for that one? We're going to get that one? So let's not always do that per se, right? We know they got good players, man. We know those good players can make plays. And when they do make plays, it isn't necessarily an indictment. Sometimes it's like, yo, you tip your cap, man. So that was the only thing, though, man. But yeah, man, I was really surprised. Oh, and shout out to AJM. I'm so glad you brought this up. He says, Justin Fields throwing the tight windows. I thought PQ had a pick for sure. That makes two of us. Look, when he threw it and he caught it, I jumped up. Wifey looked at me like, yo, what's wrong? I'm like, I thought it was a pick. I was so hyped because I was waiting on the PQ splash. Because I'm like, yo, PQ is always in position to make a splash. It's just like near miss. So I thought the odds were good. I thought the break was good. And I'm like, yo, this for sure. Give me the pick. Like, let's ride. And when I seen he quit, I'm like, how you do that? And I was like, yo, tip your cap. Shout out to Justin Fields. He gets paid too. And that was the approach. That's how you say respect. Because at this level, man, everybody's nice. And that's what we try to tell you. It's like, yo, everybody's nice. Everybody can make a play at this level, man. Everybody's capable. Some dudes are more capable than others, but everybody's capable, man. But yeah, I was definitely, it's like, yo. Now I wonder how much the perception around Patrick Queen changes if he makes that pick too, though. And that's the other part. We always say, man, we don't get to go back and, right that wrong. But it is just funny how if he makes that play, that pick right there that we all remember and say, whoa, boy, that was crazy. We over here like, yo, man, we feel great about the LB right now because, yeah, we got a splash. We got a pick over there. It's that type of stuff. So that's why I necessarily don't have like the big grand, oh, man, PQ, you track. Because it's like, nah, man, dude's in position to make a lot of plays. It's just the sexiest plays that would make us forget some of the little stuff. He just hasn't given us that just yet. But the goal is this week, sooner rather than later. We know last year was his first year here, new contract, biggest free agent contract. Expectations are coming with that regardless of how he feels or if it's fair or not. And he knows that. But the thing is, for me personally, when I watch him, I say, man, things that I saw from him last year, we shouldn't be seeing again this year. And I get week one, you're going to have certain things that pop up, but let's make sure that it's less of that as this thing goes forward, because he's a guy that we're going to need to be a playmaker, to be a dude if we want our defense to be what we want it to be. our defense is only going to go as those interior dudes go in terms of, you talked about the D lineman, but your Patrick Queens, your Peyton Wilsons, they're the leaders. They're going to have to be the guys because they're the ones that impact everything. Run, pass, they set the checks, they set the fronts, the cut. That's them. That's their role. So those guys, we want to see them improve and be more consistent, man, because we're going to need that. Otherwise, you're screwed. If the middle of your defense is soft, you got a soft defense. If the middle of your defense is slow, you got a slow defense. It is that simple. That's why you see Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson out there, because we don't feel like they're any of those things. But they got to actually go out there and show that on a consistent basis as well. So we shall see, man. We shall see. But hopefully y'all enjoy what we on, man, as we in here rapping, talking, about the guys, how we're going to improve them going from week 1 to week 2. But if you are enjoying it, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. But I like it. I like it. Ooh, and yeah, let's talk this one real quick, man. Ex-Concepts Mike Hood, man, they're agreeing. They say that Keanu Benton at nose tackle is the biggest issue in their eyes. His pad level when he's at nose tackle for sure. That's one of the things that I've identified in. It's not just this year though. He's one of the dudes that, man, has to lower his pad level. I think for him, at times last year, I felt like he was looking to make a play a little bit too much versus executing within the framework of the defense and letting the play naturally happen like he did his rookie year. And they're two different things. When you're playing through this, the scheme of the defense, man, you're doing just your basic technique fundamentals and not looking for something spectacular, not looking to make the big play, it naturally happens. You watch Cam. Cam isn't out here looking for the big play. He's just doing his job every single time. And by doing that, the big play comes to him, right? The strip sack or the big tackle, right? Or the chase down the field where he hits a guy 20 yards down and we're like, oh, snap. That's literally him just doing his job. But he's not up there as the play starts. And he's like, hold on. Y'all throw it down there. Yeah, ready to run. Let me go get your highlight real quick. Nah. He's not coming out the stance. He's like, all right, I'm out. Oh, it's time for the dope pass rush. Nope. All right. Nah. Or, hey, where's that ball? Where's that ball going? Let me see what I'm running. Oh, it runs over there. I'm going to go over here. Nah. Cam is hat in hands, low pad level, flat back, hitting on the rise, right? Inside hand, get to the steering wheel first, right? That's what Cam is on, keeping his feet hot. That's Cam. And it naturally allows him to make plays versus the run. It naturally allows him to make plays versus the pass. With Keanu right now, when I'm watching him, it just seems like sometimes he's very fundamental. Others, it's like you're looking to make the play. And when you get up and you get the looking, and those other dudes are low and driving you, it's going to look bad. It's going to look like you are on the skates, as we like to call it, right? And that's the part where, like I said, man, it's frustrating because he is very talented and he is very gifted from a physical standpoint, right? Like, you watch Keanu, man, he passes the eyeball test, his athleticism, playmaking, all of it. But the consistency at this level is the challenge. And it's not just for him. That's the challenge for a lot of dudes, man, when they come up to this level. And that's why we say, man, you can't crown a guy after one season, because guys can have success after 1 year, but then that next year is more film on them. That next year is more expectations on them. That next year, all right, for that player, is he trying to do the where he's pressing a little bit harder? And how long does it take for him to get back to understanding, hey, fundamentals, get back to the basics, man. You never lose track of the basics. If you can stay solid with the basics, man, your game is going to age like a fine wine. Cam Hayward is a prime example of that. And I just think for Keanu, as younger players, that is the challenge. Loudermook's another part, man. You could bring him in there as well, man. Just in the sense of like, yeah, when you're talking about the talent, the skill, the athleticism, and the consistency, that's what they're looking for. And it's like, man, they're all capable of that. And I feel like sometimes you got to have what they had happen versus the Jets to kind of remind you of that after week 1. And they're going to look at Y8 Black, for example, and there's certain things that he did well in the game. But at the same time, he's young. So to act as if after one game, yeah, man, let's make a mass shift where now it's full YA and, Cam out there. And it's like, yeah, but then the more you expose him early on, then his negativity is going to show. And that's the part where you're like, hey, That's the balance. And that's why you play so many of those dudes early on in the season, man, especially the younger guys, man. You're trying to figure out conditioning because some of it is that. As them big dudes get out there and play as many times they play for the first time, yeah, when they get fatigued, their pad level gets high. So we know that's the first part. The next thing is, okay, how do we rotate the bodies? And then when you're rotating the bodies, naturally, not every player is as good as the player, that is on the field or coming off the field. And there is somewhat of a drop off in certain cases. The goal is that, man, if I may have a drop off with this D lineman out here, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward should make it right. And I think that that's a little bit of the frustrating part right now. We're just not getting enough of the others picking up the slack when some of those guys, have not had their best reps. But it was week 1. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of variables. And that's why you've heard before the season started what my message was. You got to give these dudes the first couple of games, man. First couple of games is going to show them a lot. It's going to show us a lot. And then from there, that's when you start making your moves. That's when you start making your changes. But got to get some games, man, under their belt to just see what is what. Because some dudes is literally just, this is a bad matchup. Some dudes is like, he regressed. Others is like, this dude has taken a nice leap. But we got to see it happen again for us to be able to fully understand that and fully trust it. So give them a couple of games. First 4 games, the limit, man. First 4 games. After that, all right, now this. Let's go. And then after the next 4 games, it's all right. All right, cool. We've seen enough. Now it's going to this. Boom, boom, boom. And that's how you make that thing work. All right. At least from my experiences with this thing, man. And I was fortunate enough to have a lot of experience, man. All right. So hopefully what I'm telling you continues to work out. So far, so good, though. All right. So far, so good. But hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. All right. The time is moving perfect, too, man. We almost get into that TG part of the show as well. Like I said, man, homie going to join us around 5:50. So shout out. Alrighty. And I do like how we've been doing this today as well, man. Talking a little bit about some of the different flaws that we saw in week 1, but more importantly, how we could be improving them. Because I think it's one thing to identify a flaw, and I think that we do a great job of identifying when something doesn't look right. But I do feel like we don't do as good a job of coming up with, legitimate solutions to how we can fix those. Identifying is one thing, fixing it is another, right? And I think that that's the thing that makes it fun. That's the nuance with it. That's, where all of the other stuff comes into it in terms of the experience, the film, the matchups, and all the other variables and how to weigh those things properly in it before making decisions, right? But it's going to be a good one, man. Like I said, to start the season off 1-0, and these are the questions that we have. These are the things that kind of make us feel uneasy. And it's after a win where you score 34 points. It's like, I like that. I can rock with that. Like I said, I feel as a whole, Steelers Nation optimism is way higher because of the 34 points scored than it would have been if we won 13-10. All right. If we won 13-10, I don't know if everybody would still feel as good. Right now, it still feels like good. It's like, you know what? We can acknowledge Broderick. We can talk about this run game, but you know what? As a whole, we're still good. Still good right now. So shout out, man. Shout out. But let's get it. Let me see what we got. Let me see what we have. Oh, is that the homie? I think somebody. Shout out to the homie. Got really flawed in the building. What up, Tanisha? Shout out. She says, did you see Aaron Rodgers' confidence he is trying to communicate to Broderick? That made me feel better. Also, hello, chat. And shout out to you as well, man. Everybody in the chat say hello. But yeah, I do feel like, man, if Aaron Rodgers is speaking positively about Broderick, speaking of the confidence that he has in Broderick, that is going to matter because at the end of the day, we can have all the confidence we want in Broderick. If Rodgers doesn't, it doesn't matter. And then the flip side is we can have all of the, non-confidence in Broderick, right? I butchered that, but we can have all of that, right? We're just like, I don't trust him in the least bit. But if Rodgers trusts that man and Rodgers feels like he gives him enough time, then who the heck are we to say he's not good enough, man? That's my thing. When I look at Rodgers, I'm like, Rodgers ain't looking like he was tripping on him. I didn't see Rodgers go over there and rolling his eyes at Broderick like, God dang it, Broderick, you suck. Broderick, you trash. oh, Broderick, you're unplayable. These are some of the things that we would see people say about Broderick, right? I never seen Rodgers look like that, say that, point to him, and he's technically the one that everybody's trying to protect, right? Because y'all did say that. Man, we worried about, Rodgers getting hurt, but it's like, Rodgers ain't say that. Rodgers ain't point that finger like that. Rodgers trusts what Broderick's doing. And to his extent, the team trusts what he's doing. Now, we're going to see how long that is, because when I bring up the matchups, that only works if the matchup is an issue. But that's why I said, let's see what this next week looks like. All right. Because we're going to for sure find out. We'll for sure. If, players not named Will McDonald, Quentin Williams type, the Pro Bowl, all pro types, if those aren't the players, it's a big difference. A big difference. And that's why you heard how I talked about this run defense. Because those players that I named on the Jets' interior offensive line, I can't go around the same way I could go around with those two pass rushers and how I could bring their names up and the reaction that those guys get amongst the league circles. It's just night and day, man. So that to me matters a lot. And that's why you see the grace over here. All right. But shout out to y'all though, man. Shout out to y'all. But let's get to this next topic, man, as we are getting this thing rolling. Because I do want to do a quick update, man. Get a little AFC North update. All right. And I figured, man, we'll start doing this just to peek around the corner, man. Make sure we track what the opposition has going on. So that way, once, it gets down to that final time of the season, who's going to win the division, it ain't just popping up on us. It ain't something new to us. Would have actually been followed them, been aware of what they've been trying to do and what the storylines have been. So in the division, we know there are two teams that are undefeated right now. Shout out to us who took care of business, obviously 34-32 versus the Jets. But then we also had the Bengals. They got to win week 1 versus the Cleveland Browns, winning 17-16. Ravens lost prime time, right, versus the Bills. So with the Ravens matchup, man, I think a lot of us watched that one, right? First Sunday night game of the season. It was kind of crazy. It's kind of electric. Had some back and forth, a lot of lead changes. A lot of running the ball in that game, too. A lot of passing yards in that game. A lot of touchdowns scored in that game, man. Situational defense, good enough, right? But the Ravens, they look like, they're like the Ravens. Yep. They look like they're the best version of scrubs that we've seen, okay? They look really good, okay? Really good in a we hate you, y'all suck type of way, okay? With all due respect, all right? I'm going to just say it like that, all right? They made some things happen in that game that had me saying, who was we just playing against? You said we was playing against Brees Hall? Oh. All right. You better show this up. How many weeks we got till we see them boys? Yeah, you better get this fixed ASAP, okay? ASAP. So, yeah. Ravens definitely look like a team that, at least after week 1, even with them taking a loss, looks like a team that we're going to have to be accounting for, be ready for. You already know that. Man, you throw the records up whenever you see them. But they look good, though, man. Offense and defense, right? Got a playmaker at quarterback and their running back. Zay Flowers looked good in the game also. Still some questions about their defense, though, right? In terms of the ability to keep a lid on it, not allow the explosive plays. They give up a lot of points, though, man. A lot of points. But they got a kicker, though, man. We're going to see how good this kicker is, though, because he actually missed. All right. The last kicker they had seemed like he never missed. Shout out to Justin Tucker. All right. He never missed, like, ever. Okay. And then when he did miss, it got weird. Man, now we don't see him anymore. It's crazy. But they got a little kicker over there, man. He seems pretty solid, man. So that'd be interesting. Definitely not on Boz level. He's gonna feel the Boz effect when Boz pulls up in that stadium. You know how that goes, man. But yeah, Baltimore, they look varsity. They like they're gonna be ready to go. So you know what that is, man. Bengals and Browns. Interesting, though. Very interesting. So in terms of Bengals Browns, we know Bengals won 17-16, but the crazy part was this. The way the game played out in terms of the flow of it, right? We know all offseason the talk was Bengals offense, right? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, that's where the money is. Joe Burrow, right? Played them dudes in the preseason because the hope was that, yeah, man, offense should start fast, should be able to score points, and they won't get in a whole week, 1 of the first month of the season. Not the case, though, man. All right, Browns defense put the clamps on the Bengals offense, right? had their offense struggling, sputtering, not a lot of production over there. And when you talk about the stars, right? Joe Burrow was 120 yards passing and 1 touchdown. You talk about Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 26 yards. T. Higgins, 3 catches, 33 yards. Very different, right? Very different. Now, the flip side was this, though, right? You're asking yourself, well, hey, man, if the Browns defense was that good, Browns were able to, keep the 2-star receivers in check, keep Joe Burrow in check, how did they lose? Well, Browns are kind of decent, man. All right. Browns came through, had 327 yards total offense. They moved the ball. Problem was they had 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, right? And it wasn't even the Joe Flacco type bad pick. It was literally ball off hands picks, right? 2 of those. And they had two missed field goal, or a missed field goal and a missed extra point. And it wasn't even like long joints. I'm talking the extra point. It was like a 30-yarder on top of that. It was like, yo, you missed the extra point and you missed the field goal. It's like, bro, that's 4 different scoring opportunities, right? When you talk about 2 picks, and then specifically when you talk about field goals being missed, right? Can't miss kicks, extra point or field goal. You cannot do that. We obviously know all those points matter. Heck, if Boz misses 1, what does this game look like? Very different for us, right? In terms of the outcome. So that was interesting, man, to see that the Browns were able to have success moving up and down the field on that Bengals defense that we know has been talked about, right? Bengals defense this offseason, it was like, man, all right, you're having the contract dispute with your first rounder. Trey Hendrickson has a little bit of an issue in terms of his contract. Everything gets settled, but it's like, okay, you guys still seem to have some of those issues that have, plagued you guys in the past. But at least from the Bengals standpoint, they feel like they got some opportunistic players over there in terms of those 2 interceptions. So we will see how that looks going forward. Offensively, I know that I'm not surprised that the Bengals struggled necessarily with the Browns defense, because the Browns defense is nice. They got pass rush. They got guys that can cover. That's what keeps them in a lot of their games, man. But the Bengals, man, let's see. Because I don't anticipate that offense struggling like that every time out, okay? But it was still good to see. Now, we know up next, though, Cincinnati's going to play against Jacksonville, right? Jacksonville's coming up to Cincinnati, so low-key, I don't know what to expect. I do feel like the Bengals will probably have some more offensive success there, just because Jacksonville's defense, to me, isn't on Browns level per se. But the other thing is week 2, you got Browns at Ravens. That's always one of the ones that's coin flip, man. Browns, they sneakily be getting that dub in there on occasion, man, and they'll do it on the road. So I'm interested to see, like I said, man, how those teams match up. We know with Baltimore, they can go. They can score a ton of points, man. They can really light it up out there. But there's also a revenge game for old Joe Flacco. So that's the part where I want to see how Flacco revenge game looks. If that Browns defense that had all the success against Cincinnati can also be able to find ways to stymie that Ravens offense the same way. And the Browns 327 yards total offense. Is that something that they're going to be able to continue on? Because we know Joe Flacco, he's going to hit you with the cross. He's going to throw to the open guy, man. Them dudes, if you can run out the catch, you got a chance with Joe. All right. But you got to clean up the turnovers. Obviously, the 2 picks wasn't on him. Like I said, man, legit off of receivers' hands. And then you got to hit these field goals, right? But at least from the division standpoint, I felt good, man. I'm like, man, we gave up 32 points. Baltimore gave up 41. Okay. Now, granted, Baltimore was going against the Bills, but still, if we're gonna hold Will McDonald and Quinnen Williams and their success on Broderick the same as we holding Joe Tippmann, let me put these names again so I don't butcher them, right? Jeez, but we holding up, those names. I think, maybe we should hold up, Bills scoring up to 41 points as well, or is just scoring 31 points on us. All right, all this should be the same. All the same. But either way. But yeah. Shout out to the AFC North, though, man. And like I said, man, we're just going to continue to monitor them, man, and see what the division looks like on a week-to-week basis, man, how the other guys around the league are doing. And ultimately, man, how long is it going to take for us to go ahead and lock this division up? Because, yeah, I don't want it to take forever. I don't want us to have to go all the way into the last game of the season like typical, okay? If we can go ahead and knock this thing out a little bit earlier, I'm all for it, all right? All for it. But either way, you already know the drill. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. And let's see, as I'm looking at the clock, got about 5 to 10-ish before, you know, the homie TG pulls up. You know what I mean? So super excited about that. Super excited about that. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's see. Where do we want to go? Because let's see, man, we've already done our updates, right? Let me make sure I get some more updates in here, man. Talked about Mark Bergen. We got that video that dropped on Monday. Talked about Tanisha, who we know has been in the comment section. Shout out to her as well, man. Me and her had our video dropped yesterday, man. We went live out there, man, recapping the game and talking about some of those quarterbacks and looking ahead, a little bit ahead until next week. We know she'll be on tomorrow afternoon as well. Super excited about that. Let's see, man. Like I said, man, we'll be talking to TG in a couple minutes, but we also had the homie Bosman, Special Teams Player of the Week. Talked about that. We said tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. All right, Eastern Standard Time frame. We should be joined. Be having the homie YA Black, man, Steelers rookie draft pick, calling into the show, man. Super excited to talk to him. We know he just played in his first NFL game, man. So it's gonna be interesting to hear how he felt he did, and then, you know, just catch up with how his, you know, year has been thus far. All right. And all the whirlwind of things included in terms of being drafted and stuff like that, man. Well, obviously, I've already seen this dude out in the community too, man. Shout out to YA Black. So, like I said, man, super excited to talk to him tomorrow. So don't miss that. Like I said, man, we got YA, we got Tanisha. It's a whole party tomorrow. All right. This is what we do on Thursdays, though. Okay. This is what we do. But let's see. Let me check the homie, make sure he's solid, because he's going to be coming in hot. All right. He coming in off of the workplace. So it should be good. All right. So here we are. Okay. Let's see. Checking the comment section. And David, I'm not sure exactly who you speaking on right now, but hopefully whoever that person, because I know a couple of them do. Are you saying, oh, you changed it to okay, man. Because earlier you were saying Chris, and I was like, bro, you talking about the receiver? All right, Ted. I'm staying away because I don't really know all of what's going on with that. All right. But yeah, hopefully everything is all good with the individual that you're speaking on. All right. But yeah, definitely. Because next time I don't really know what's going on all the way like that, man. All right. But whatever's going on, hopefully everybody's all right. We don't want nobody getting hurt. Okay. And keep your hands to yourself and everything else. All right. Because yeah, kind of crazy out here. Kind of crazy. But let's see. I don't want to get into this next topic just yet, if the homie, because you know how it's gonna be, right? We're going to start the topic up. We're going to get this thing rolling. And then the homie going to pop up and I'm be like, dang. Reset the topic. All right. So what we will do is this then, man. All right. You know what? We'll pick this comment right here, man. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron says, man, Moats, you're my dog, but you're making excuses for Broderick. He says he played offensive line and you get benched for that type of kind of play. Interesting. I played offensive line too. So I guess we both have experience playing offensive line. So I get that your, you know, perception of it is, hey, man, you benched that guy. Cool. I've asked the chat already because, you know, my approach, my experience is a little bit different. What's your alternative? Who are you putting out there this week is all I want to know. Don't give me the big picture. Just tell me what we're doing for this week that is actually going to be effectively better than Broderick. That's all I want to know. I ain't seeing right, wrong. I don't have any dog in the fight. You know me, man. If we bench him, cool. If we start him, cool. No skin off my back, baby. All right. But I do legitimately want to know what your answer is, though. What is your response to if you take him out? Because, hey, you played offensive line, right? So respect to that. You got experience as well. So what is your answer? Who's the player you're putting out there that's legitimately available? I talked about the guys on our roster, right? Calvin Anderson, Spencer Anderson, Andres Pete. So those are your options internally to put them out there in front of them. We could look at the free agency market. Who is the guy that you feel like sign of the day? And on Sunday, 1:00 versus Seattle, Acrisure Stadium, he is going to be a definitive upgrade over Broderick this week. I'll wait. I got time. I'm waiting on TG anyways, baby. I ain't even trying to be weird about it. I'm just dead serious because I'm like, yo, I'm all for it, man. Like if Skylar Thompson was starting at quarterback right now while Aaron Rodgers on the back, and we like, hey, bro, this ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? You got the answer right there. All right, you got him right there. Aaron Rodgers, boom. If our pass rush was struggling, and we like, hey, bro, why is TJ Watt on the sideline? You know what I'm saying? The answer's right there. Just sub TJ and take whoever off. I'm just looking for that answer at tackle. If you got that answer at tackle where you're definitive, like, yo, Calvin Anderson is the answer, man. I'm a Calvin Anderson guy, actually, man. Calvin Anderson and Spencer Anderson, both of the dudes cool people, man. I rock with them, all right? But if that's the answer, I don't necessarily agree with that, but maybe you feel like that is, man. All right, so Aaron Grant says David Bakhtiari. All right, let's pull up David Bakhtiari. Let's do it, man. Let's get David Bakhtiari in here real quick. All right, let's see, where is David at, man? So we know last time he played was 2 years ago, 2023. We played one game in 2023. So we probably go back to 2022, played 11 games, 11 starts then. And then the year before that, he played in one game in 2021. And then in 2020, he played in 12 games. Last time he had a full season was in 2019. Okay. Last time he was all pro and Pro Bowl was 2020. So if you feel like that's the answer for this weekend, man, go get him. I don't agree with that. That's all I'm saying. But if that's how you feel about it, man, for sure, go bring him in here, man. It's definitely a name. It's definitely a name. But as I look at it, I'm like, it's a reason why he ain't been out here in a minute, man. That's all I'm saying. But I get it, though. It for sure is a name, man. So let's rock with him. All right. Let's see, man. Who else we got as an option? I know we talked about Dan Moore. We know that was the high end, the best free agent available in all of football this year for tackle. That's why he got was $82 million, right? That was the marquee free agent. And we all, well, not we all, but a lot of people felt like, man, he was a turnstile, can't play him. How is he even at the NFL level, right? And obviously I'm soft on Dan Moore. I already know. So when I would talk about, he's doing a lot of good things. He's really developed. He's, grown a lot. And the matchups that we talk about, we highlighted bad is like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson led the league in sacks. Myles Garrett was the highest paid non-quarterback for a while. And Max Crosby before Myles Garrett, it was Max Crosby was the highest paid non-quarterback when he got $38.5 million, right? Or 35, however much he got before Myles signed his deal. So he went out and broke the bank. But we already had that. We already saw what that was. So that's the part where I'm just like, I get we want to make these grand changes and we have these big, aspirations for players. But it's like, when you actually talk about these guys, it's like you really feel like David Bakhtiari is going to be a better player than Broderick Jones if we signed him today, September 10th, and he's going to play on Sunday, 1:00 versus Seattle. I just don't see that. But that's why I was like, maybe it's just me. It might just be me, man. So I get it, though, man. But I do appreciate you, though, man. Shout out to the homie Aaron, man. And he says, what about Spencer Anderson? He plays guard and tackle. He does. He backs up both of them for a reason is all we're saying. So it's like, yeah, man, you can do the next man up out of desperation. You can do it out of frustration, or you can do it from overreaction. And I feel like if you make the move because of what you saw on Sunday exclusively, to me, that is more of the overreaction department. I think after these next couple of games, Broderick being healthy, but if it looks like how it did versus Will McDonald specifically and Quentin Williams specifically versus players that are not on that level, now you make that move because it's no longer out of overreaction. It's because, we need a change. But you've allowed the sample size enough time to grow. So that way, when you make that move to Calvin Anderson or Spencer Anderson, and you feel like, okay, there is a drop off here, you at least feel like, you know what, man, at least he ain't giving up 3 sacks a game, right? At least it ain't 3 sacks and 4 pressures. Oh, man, it ain't that. But I just question, okay, if that's what Broderick did versus that particular matchup, right, versus those particular dudes, let's put those other guys in and let's see what they look like versus those also particular dudes. I just from my experiences, feel like Broderick gave you the best chance in that scenario. But let's see what that looks like this week, because like I said, Seattle, they're not throwing out those guys. Now they got guys. It's the NFL, everybody got guys, but it's not that type of dude, those type of situations. But that's the thing though, man. So let's find out though. Let's find out. And I think that that's the beauty of it. Like I said, man, if we want to blow it up, y'all already know that's real, man. Yeah, I got to go also for that one, man. But if it's legitimate and we feel like, it makes sense, yeah, cool. I'm all for that, man. But it's got to make sense. That's my whole thing. I just don't do let's just throw it out there, just throw it out there. Because at this level, that's wasting time, man. It's way too much detail. It's way too much, precision that goes into all of this stuff, to just throw stuff at the wall and hopes it sticks. So I'm just trying to cut the throwing stuff at the wall part and say, okay, we know this option is this option for a reason. Give it to this part, and then from there, now we reassess after that. But if you make these changes after 1 week, how do you know anything? How did you get enough information? What have you like? That's my question. How is this enough information? Unless we're bringing back right tackle. If we're talking about Broderick at right tackle, I think that's a different conversation. If Broderick played right tackle in this game and this would look, it's like, yo, man, we've seen 3 years of this, bro. We ain't got time to even play that game no more, man. But that's not the case. We've seen Broderick look good at left tackle in this preseason. We've seen Broderick look good at left tackle when he was at Georgia. So let's let this dude develop. Let's allow this dude to have some time, because that was his first ever start in the National Football League at left tackle. And the two dudes that gave him the most problems, 10.5 sacks, all pro. Oh, I'm sorry. I just figured that, the matchup matters at times, man. But, everybody is different in terms of their tolerance level. So that's why I'm like, yo, you're not wrong, Aaron. And anybody else, man, who does, have a little bit of a shorter leash for Broderick, I just think, man, it just takes some time, man. That position takes time. If he was playing guard, it's a lot easier to play, man. Guard, you're dealing with different animals in there, man. But there's still some things that challenge you in there. But also you're hitting. So when your mistakes happen, it's not talked about as much. When you're at tackle, it's a sexy position, but it shows. If you have a bad play at tackle, it stands out. The same way, if you're at corner, you have a bad play there. You can have a bad play at inside linebacker and get hidden. You can have a bad play as a pass rusher and get hidden. You have a bad play at corner, at safety, at left tackle, at quarterback. It just stands out more, and then everybody gets so fixated on it. But it's like, yo, just because you could visually say, oh, that was it, that doesn't mean it is as bad as we want to amplify it too. Context does matter. We can acknowledge that, yo, you want to play better. Absolutely, we all want to play better. Heck, you want to play better as well, man. But the context does matter. And I think that that's the part that we can't lose sight of, per se, when we are having these feelings about these dudes, man. But shout out to them dudes, though, man. But that's what I'm saying for me, man. Somber, you said you get them to the bye week. I'm 4 weeks, man. You heard me. September. I need to see what you look at in September. September tells me more than enough. After September, now, okay, cool. Let's make moves, or let's see what the options are. But 4 games, that's a large enough sample size at the NFL level, man. 4. Dudes could look great 1 week and be god awful the next 3. Dudes could look god awful 1 week and be god tier the next 3. That's the name of the game, though, baby. But it's like when you make these hard moves after 1 week, it's like, all right, we're going to bench him for this guy. Oh, Calvin, bench him back to this. It's like, hey, bro, we ain't got time for all that, baby. All right. That's what the other teams do that struggle, that don't win, that don't consistently, present the double digit, get you into the postseason and have a legitimate chance. It's a lot of teams that we like to call bottom feeders because they do that right there after every week. Drastic change here. No, was it drastic change? No, fire that guy. You be like, hey, bro, y'all kill yourselves, man. All right, kill yourselves. So that's the part that, at least from my experience, I'm able to come in here and articulate some of reasons why, we can have a little bit more grace, a little bit more patience with them. But at the same time, I understand that everybody doesn't have the experiences that I have. And that's why your urgency and the anxiety that y'all experience, I understand. And that's why I'm like, yo, Eric, you're not wrong for what you're feeling, baby. You're not wrong for that. But I'm just trying to talk to you a little bit more to give you some context to, okay, if you bench Broderick because you feel like David Bakhtiari is the answer, it's like, I get the passion, but just from my experience, I just personally don't think that that's going to give you the results that you truly desire. And I do feel like Broderick, of all the people that you've named, all the people that we've named, all the people that we've considered today, to me, he still gives you the best chance of getting what we all want at that position. I think he's the best and gives us the closest in terms of it doesn't have to take years or a ton of weeks. I feel like that's the guy right now. Not saying that it's there today, not saying it's going to be there next week, but I feel like of all the options right now, that is your best one as it sits today. Going in next week. That's all I'm saying. We know who we play on Sunday. That's my best option for Sunday at left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers as it sits today, man. That changes in a couple of weeks. A lot can change in a couple of weeks. But today, yeah, I just of the options. That's all I'm saying, man. But I do like how y'all will come up here and turn me into a whole Broderick show. I don't even like offensive line. I played outside linebacker professionally. We hunt them big some guns. All right. Now I have played offensive line in my history. I was actually all district offensive lineman. If you ask, 1,000-yard rush, if you really want to know. Ain't nothing to a play, baby. We do it all that. All right. But I'm with you though. All right. But yeah, man, I don't even want to come up here and talk out about Broderick, man. Broderick, yeah, go. Where's Trey Essex? Where's Ramon Foster when I need him? All right, you old lineman, you big some guns. Y'all talk about them boys all day. God, dog, man. Y'all be passionate about the old line. I love it. I do love it, man, because it's like we only care about it when it doesn't look perfect. I'm like, man, I told y'all nobody even brought up run defense until I came over here and was like, hey, bro, what about the run defense? Y'all care about that at all? No. I ain't heard nobody talk about just running the ball. No, we ain't heard nobody talk about how many rushing yards we had this week. Nobody concerned about that, right? Nobody. Man, what if we are one-dimensional? We can't run the ball effectively, right? What about that? Nobody has any concerns about that at all. It's just Broderick. I'm like, yo, is that the only concern we have today? Because if it is, great. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna come in here with just a 2.5 hour Broderick show. All right, well, actually 2 hours because we gotta talk to YA. All right, YA Black 4:30. But other than that, though, for sure we just gonna talk about Broderick. All right, I got it. I got you, man. All right, because I'm over here like, dog. I thought we was gonna talk about this interior offense lineman, and we ain't get enough push there at times versus the run game. Now, granted, Queen Williams was in there and he was bodying some folk up. All right, multiples. Emphasis on multiples, okay? I ain't ever want to talk about that. I told you until we brought up the run defense, y'all won't even try to even think about interior D-line, interior linebackers. I'm like, bro, maybe I wasn't missing it. Maybe it wasn't me. All right, what did I miss? Anyway, Drake said, what I miss? What did I miss, man? That's what I'm saying. What did I miss? Okay, jeez. But I get it though, man. I definitely get it. Shoot, because I'm like, yo, Aaron, do you not care about the run game? Do we not want to? I know the answer was 53 yards, but you don't care that we had 20 carries for 53 yards for 2.7 yards. You don't care about that. You care about Broderick way more than that part right there. That's all I'm saying. Like, God, dog. Our lead in rush was 11 carries, 37 yards. Jalen Warren, 3.4 yards per total. We don't care about the running game. It's a lot, man. Got multiple issues, all right? It's multiple things. And we still scored 34 points, though. That's the crazy part. Still scored 34 points, but you kept. I'm like, yo, that wasn't the only issue. I was like, it was some stuff, you know what I mean? Shoot, I was over here like, do we not want to see the tight ends more? We don't care about the tight ends. We want more usage with them. We don't care about them. Tight ends don't matter, man. Hey, man, we've seen enough from the tight ends. They get all right. Y'all out there. Y'all were lined up. That's all we need. I'm like, yo, bro, I thought it was multiple things we want to see more. I thought it was multiple things we want to talk about more, man. Yeah. But if we want to just focus on O-line, man, y'all know, bro, we've done it today. I'm showing you. We can talk an hour. We can talk 2 hours. We can talk O-line, man. We talk our position, man. I feel like a good student of the game should be able to do this. Should understand all of the nuance, man, at every position. That's what makes good coaches. That's what makes good leaders. So I'm all for wherever we want to go with these convos, man. But it was just, it's funny, man, when you're planning something because you're like, yo, I just think, oh, man, this is stand out. They're going to really want to talk about that, this, and that. And then you get in and you're like, oh, we're just here. It's like, all right, shout out, man. I dig it, though, man. I can definitely dig it. Excuse me on that one, man. All right, all righty. Hey, Philip Hopkins stalled me out, man. Says, yo, did I have anything to do with Ken Johnston joining them blue and red boys up and rough buff? No, I'm an innocent bystander. Corliss Waitman is the answer. All right, shout out to Corliss. Corliss is hooping, man. Corliss looked good all preseason, won the kicking or the punting competition. And shoot, man, he did his thing in that first game too. He had that one pop. I was like, hey, bro, hey, you do that now. You start that. Don't you flirt with that. All right. But I like Cam Johnston though, man. I'm a Cam Johnston fan. All right. I'm glad where he's located at now. Okay. Shout out to him. But for me, man, I like him. I like what we got in Corliss Waitman. Last year, he showed a lot. Last year, he showed a full body of work in terms of the full season, playing the way that he did, punting the ball, the hang time, and more specifically, consistent location. I think those are the things that are critical. Those are the things that are important when you're, talking about, punting the football, and why, if you're going to make a move to go from a veteran guy like Cam Johnston, you want to make sure that you fully understand it, but fully trust the guy that you're moving on to, because you don't get redos at punt. It's not, all right, man, first down, we punted, it wasn't a good punt, punted again on second down. Oh, nope, wasn't good punt, punted again on third down. It's like, no, we don't get that. So you have to be perfect every time. And I think for Corliss Waitman this year, I think we're really going to see how he handles that pressure, because last year was different. Last year, man, with Johnston being hurt and how early he got hurt, it felt as if, you don't have another option. It's just you go out here and do it week to week, right? That to me is different now. That I think right here, we should have, my man texts me. All right. Got to get my dog TG right. He ready to roll. Okay. I like it. But going back to, or finishing up with the move though, man, when you, in terms of Corliss Waitman for this year, now, like I said, man, it feels different because we don't have, it wasn't we did this and it was hurt. It's like, we expect you have to be perfect. Go out here and do it every time, but there are expectations now. And I think that's different. Last year, there weren't the expectations. This year, expectations are going to be legitimate because, we actually moved on from him because of you. Not he's hurt. We moved on from him because of you. So justified every single time. So that's the part where I'm just like, okay, I believe in him, man, until he proves otherwise. I'm like, why operate out of the space of negative? Why operate out of the space of fear? Why operate out of the space of, is he not, he's not good enough? What if he's not good enough? He's not good enough? Why don't we operate out of the space of, but what if he is? But what if he can? But what if he does? I know everything with Broderick gets, hey, man, what if it gets worse? What if he doesn't improve? But what if that was the worst that you saw him? What if that was the lowest it's going to be and it does get better? Then what? And then it improves. And then what? And then it does it again. And then what? It's like, it doesn't always have to be negative. It doesn't always have to go bad. Actually, in life, sometimes things can go good. Sometimes they can go great. And it doesn't have to stop. That's all I'm saying. So I look at Broderick and I say, man, the same way Corliss Waitman at one point, it wasn't good for him. Corliss had been released multiple times, right? But now you've seen where he just kept sticking at it, right? Because you can't quit. Quitting is the quickest way to not get better, right? We talked about it, man. Can a guy get better if he's not playing? It's hard. All right. Best way to get better at playing football is by doing what? Playing football. That's why I always say, when you sit out, when you don't play, when you retire or you step away, take some time. It's like, bro, you coming back? Good luck. That's a challenge. That is tough. That takes time. And that's the thing that I look at and I say, give Broderick these opportunities to learn, to grow. Come on, man. I'm looking at him exclusively at left tackle. And I'm saying, I've seen you 4 times this season at left tackle. 3 of them, you look good. 1, we got to be better. And when I say you got to be better, I can point to the reasons why you weren't as good as I wanted you to be. And to me, that feels good. That's why you hear my confidence level, or at least you hear my optimism going forward with them, at least for this week, because of those things. I think that when it's hard to identify why a player is struggling, or it's hard to identify what a player is struggling with, that's where, you feel like, you really got to make moves. You got to make changes. But when I look at Broderick, that's not how I feel right now. Off of that Jets game, that wasn't how I felt. Because I know everybody's going to give me the blanket statement, he played terrible. I got it. And then when I come up here and I show you all the plays where he didn't play terrible, then you're like, well, Moats, that doesn't count, man. He gave up the sack, man. The sacks. And it's like, I get it. So we can say he had bad moments in the game. Sure. Cool. I'm with you on that. Wasn't perfect. Sure. I'm with you on that. We can say he didn't play up to expectations. I'm with you on that. But we'd be like, he got bullied the whole time. I'm like, all right, bro. God, dog. Really? He was a turnstile the whole. All right, now hold on. I know what I watched. And that's the thing that I'm just like, it's just hard for me to get up for the blanket statement like that when we know it ain't. We know it ain't like that. If you went back, you watch every single one, and I tell you how we do it. Just simply watch every single play that he's in, and just check him out. Check him out. It's just that simple, man. Okay, it's that simple in terms of how we do it professionally. So that's the thing. That's just like it sucks that we all don't have those experiences, but I think that that's also the beauty in it, and that's why we can have that urgency or that feeling of, man, we need this and I want it now from the fans' perspective. And then from our perspective, it's like, yo, we got more of the experiences. Say, yo, just breathe a little bit. You actually, it's not as crazy as it feels right now. But because we both have the different experiences, that's what we got to find ways to bridge that gap. And I mean, shows like this, man, platforms like this, man, it gives us this opportunity to have the questions. And then for me to kind of articulate my experiences, man, and the fun that we had and the fun that we have as a whole doing this. And I think that's the cool part with it. All right. So like I said, man, shout out to y'all though, man. And yeah, we will see, man. We will see. But like I said, man, that was just week one though, man. All right. And we ain't, this isn't every week, man, you can just, every week it's a reason to justify. No. As I said, man, you get 4 games, man. 4 games to show that you either are or you are not. And if you are not, then now it's okay. Do we have personnel options? Okay. If we don't have personnel options, okay. Schematics. Okay. And if that doesn't work with that, now we got real big issues because it's like, yeah, we're screwed. Okay. But my hope is that's not the case. Okay. So we shall see though, man. We shall see. Alrighty. Dang, on the homie for sure. Text me, said he about ready. Okay. Because I'm over here stalling for you now, TG. All right. Because I'm over here looking at the clock and I'm like, all right, bro. It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? Get a little hungry. Shout out a little buttercup. You know what I'm saying? Have my buttercup SB dunks on today. Little green joy. You should all like my little shoes out here. Shout out to sneakerheads. All right. Shout out to sneakerheads. David Decker says a beautiful night for soccer. Dude, talking about beautiful night, man. Last night, oh my gosh. Little man had his first fall baseball game of the season. That joint started at 7:30. We ain't leave that field about 9:40. Actually, we ain't leave the parking lot about 9:50. It was dark. He was under the lights. It was so late. We was so cold. I'm watching a little guy. Granted, he did his thing. They did win. He was pitching, had a little RBI. You know, he had his first like big hit because he's playing up a level now. Like he's the young guy with, you know, the guys, right? In terms of the age group, all relative, but it was like, oh man, like it was a vibe watching the little homie out there. But yeah, it was kind of chilly. So when you say it's a beautiful night for soccer, I'm like, hey man. Right now, yeah, but once it get too late, too dark, too chilly, man, hey, can we stop whatever the outdoor sport is and just can we bring it inside pretty please? All right. But shout out to the parents out there. Shout out to the people that's supporting any of the people out there playing sports, man. If whatever age group, it don't matter. I don't care if you're youth or if you're semi-pro. I don't care what you're doing, all right? If you're out there having fun, man, and you're doing something that is, you know, innocent, not criminal, ain't hurting nobody, I'm all for that, man. So shoot, man. Live it up. Live it up. Oh, okay. So shout out to Brent Fox. He says, okay, Moats. So when Broderick wins, it's like, okay, solid. But when he loses, it's like, what was that? I always say, man, everybody's gonna have their own reaction to it. I can't control how you should react because there's times where you would see a touchdown score and you probably gonna jump out. You're like, oh my God, heck yeah. I see a touchdown score and I'm like, all right, cool. Next play, let's go. It's different mindsets, different philosophies, and different experiences. So I can understand why, yeah, for some, y'all might look and say, man, that loss of him getting beat for his sack is way bigger than when he wins because the win isn't sexy enough, I guess, right? He didn't win on a play where we threw it for a touchdown that was beautiful and we could point to him and say he was the reason, right? Hey, he blocked well, but it was just a screen play. Oh, he blocked well, but it was just a quick out. Oh, he blocked well, but the run was away from him. So that's the part where it's like, all right, cool. That's a personal preference thing, man. We can't control how you minimize or maximize a person's play and play or play on a play in and play out basis. That's every person's going to be different. Heck, you talk to Broderick Peoples, they go swear by every rep he has. Man, he was great, right? He blocked that dude to sleep, right? If it's a Broderick pessimist or somebody that doesn't necessarily believe in him or skeptic, they're going to look and say, hey, man, he's trash. He's this. And we already know that. But in reality, from my perspective, and I'm the non-biased, just, hey, man, let me just give you what I see as a professional, man, from my experiences. And I say he's in the middle. He did some good things on Sunday. He did some not good things on Sunday. And I think that for young players, that's typically where they live at. The problem is he's the first rounder from a couple of years ago, so expectations, we want him to be Trent Williams now, and rightfully so, but he's not. So what's the alternative? You either allow him time to develop or you start making, quick, hard corrections, right? Hey, man, go sign David Bakhtiari, right? Or put Spencer Anderson or Calvin Anderson in there, right? Or, hey, you cut him and I don't know who's even available right now outside of those names we just named. But all right, next year we're going to draft another guy in the first round and he'll be the answer. And it's like, all right, cool. Let's hope he is then, right? But that's the part where it's just like everybody, how they view it in terms of what is a good enough win and what is a good enough loss, or this loss is bad. That's personal. That's just how you view it. Because some people, like I said, man, will see him give up a sack and it's like, I saw him give up the sack first one. I'm like, okay, cool. Right, held the ball, stepped up. I ain't tripping on that. That's the difference. Whereas others are like, God dang it, Broderick. Oh my God, man. You can't play this guy. I told you. It's like, whoa, man. All right, cool. But that's the reason why I say, man, how we view the wins and losses and how we react to that, to each their own. You know what I mean? So hopefully I said that right. I know I got some grammar police out here be trying to get on me all the time, man. Shout out the Yins, though, okay? Era, sort of, or sorta. You know what I mean? No, don't let me get up here and get to playing around because I know who he is. All right, but I ain't gonna do that today, man. Okay, I ain't gonna do that today. But anywho, let's see. Man, my dude got hit. Man, I know my dog got lost. I for sure know my dude got lost. I'm over here trying to wait for the homie TG. I'm like, hey, T, I know for sure you got lost, bro. He's a coach, but he got lost, bro. It'd be like that. So all good. No worries, man. But let's see, man. But shout out to all of y'all in the chat today, though, man. I will say that, man. The way that y'all ask questions, the way that you guys engage, the way that you guys are actually watching, man, to the point that y'all can ask these questions, man, it's good. That's what you want. At least as players, you want fans to care. We want fans that are invested. We want people that say, yo, this matters. And if it matters, you're going to look at all these things. You're going to look at running game. You're going to look at positions. You're going to look and highlight certain things and have questions, and have that passion. And that's what you should want. That's what you should demand. Heck, I answer these questions out of the, just fun, because there's a vibe and it's always good to have a community and that type of stuff. But we know the guys that legitimately have these responsibilities, they're the ones on the south side working right now. I'm retired. I'm washed. I'm big chilling. I'm innocent. All right. But those dudes, yeah, man, they the ones who got to have them big boy answers, man. So that's the part where we're going to see, how they respond to this thing, man. But as I'm looking, I think it might be about that time. So let me get fired up. Let me make sure I get everything locked and loaded over here. Yeah, because I see the face that I've been looking for. That's for sure what I do see. Make sure, yeah, okay. Audio locked in. Let me get him graphic on. And let's bring my dog to the stage real quick. Because ladies and gents, yeah. Y'all see the homie. Terence Garvin, TG, Coach. Huh? Yeah. Let's go. Hey, bro. First off, congratulations. For those that don't know, man, NSU got their first win under Mike Vick in the TG defensive coordinator era. All right. Shout out to that. Also, massive stop by the TG-led defense in OT. Shout out. If y'all was watching ESPNU over the weekend, y'all seen the homie, y'all heard the homie's name multiple times. He looked good over there, all right? You look good. But hey, look, you look like you know what you're doing over on that sideline. When you was over here, like you was doing, I say, yo, shout out to the homie, man.
Hey. I was under that little bow. I had the big butts, man. I'm just trying to emulate what I've seen. Like, make it up. What Coach LeBeau you say? Don't make stuff up, man. I just
don't make it up, bro.
I've seen him do it. I'm just trying to take the rep.
Let's go, bro. No, man. But hey, super proud, man. We was over here fired up, man. All the homies, man. We was tapping there with you, man. Hey, keep doing your thing, man. We're going to be watching this week. We know you got records, man, so we definitely ready for you, all right? But we ain't going to take up too much of your time because we know You in the grind, bro. Like you fresh on the field right now. I see Dick Price Stadium in the back, bro.
Man,
Oh my god!
hey, come on.
Oh my,
You know,
bro,
so,
it's so hard. Oh, it's so gorgeous there. Shout out to the green and gold. Behold the green and gold, baby.
behold.
Behold. Let's get it, man. But all right, let's tap in real quick, okay? So first things first, man. Obviously, Black and Gold took care of business over the weekend versus the New York Jets, right? 34-32. What were your
Great
thoughts
game.
on it, man? Okay.
Great game. Great game. I love that Aaron got. I love just how it started. I think the NFL
Yeah.
did a great job giving us Steelers Jets to start this thing off. Because it
Let's go.
was, like Aaron, the return of Jay Fields, Justin. I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a war in a sense.
Yeah.
I thought Aaron played well. I thought he was confident. I thought the offense played well. They controlled the ball. No unnecessary, true, just turnovers off of
Mm-hmm.
fumbles, things like that. I thought it was a good controlled game. I'm always big on the QB exchanges. No bad QB, clean QB
The little
exchanges.
things. The little
The little
things.
things. The little things. So I thought the little things went well. I thought it was a good game. We get a Jonnu Smith sighting.
Come
I'm not
on
gonna
now.
put you in
Shout
the
out to Janu. Shout
backfield.
out to Janu.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you in the backfield. That don't mean you're not a running back. I'm gonna still get it to you. Yeah.
Don't just because you're not behind at the whole position, we know
Yeah.
you still tote that rock,
Yeah.
though, fella. Don't act
Hold
like
this,
we don't know who you
hold
are.
this jet real quick and go get in there, man.
Hey, but nice stat for Rogers though, because that 4
Yeah.
touchdown look better than
Yeah.
3. It's the little
Come on,
details.
man.
Come on,
I
man.
played with
Hey,
Gino.
come
That
on.
play originated with Tavon in the board.
That's the
Come
Tamar.
on.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
the Tavon play. If you know, you know. Come
Hey,
on.
that's a pass. Yeah, that's a pass,
That's
bro.
a
Wow,
pass.
wow.
That's a
All
pass.
right,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Dang,
Touchdown. Stack them up.
that's
That's a pass.
They all count. They all
Good
count.
throw. Good throw.
Yeah, good.
Good read. They don't ask you how, they ask you how many.
I
That's what
swear,
you always
bro.
say.
I swear.
Don't ask you how, they ask you how many.
That's
So
real life, bro.
I thought that was good. I thought the defense played all right, even though
Okay.
give up points and
Because
whatnot. I didn't think
people
they.
was tripping on that defense, man.
I didn't think they played bad. I thought they made plays in the moment. Obviously, I think it was
Mhm.
definitely Justin Fields was waiting on that. I thought he played one of his better games that he's played. Like he was
Mhm.
hot for that. He was ready for that. You got to think honestly, and not to be, but he's gone against that defense a lot. Like he knows some of the people,
He's familiar
and
with
there's
it.
some
Yeah.
new faces. But it's like you get a little bit of a confidence in a. I might have seen that signal before, or I might have heard this
Mm.
certain wordings. It's little
Yeah.
stuff that do show up. So it's like he was confident. I thought he played good. I was happy to see him play good, even though it was against the
Yeah.
Steelers. But I was happy to see that. But overall, it's hard to win in the league. It's hard to win. And I think Chris Boswell is a weapon that, as much as
The
people
Wizard of
underestimate,
Oz,
it's
baby.
consistent. It's
Mm-hmm.
consistent. Though. It's really the best kicker in the league right now. You call it what you
Mm-hmm.
want. Like it's the most consistent. It's the best kicker in the league. And they hit that
AFC
bomb to get
Special
him out of
Player of the
there.
Week, also, man.
Man, that was a
Kirk,
bomb though,
Kirk,
bro.
60
That
piece,
was
bro.
a bomb. And it like it was nothing. So
Down the middle, bruh.
at the end of the day, they don't ask you how, they ask you how many, and that's a win. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that's a win for Coach T and the boys. 1-0, on to the next. We get a Jalen Ramsey sighting. Jalen Ramsey pulls up, closes the game. What no better ending than that. That's what
Come
you're
on
looking
now.
for. Like the big name
Immediate
guy.
return on the investment, man.
Come on, man. Like what
Mm-hmm.
else you looking for? Like that's how you want to start this thing off. So confidence is through the roof. Should feel good. Still a nation. That should feel good. It's like on to the next, but 1-0. It's always better to get a win.
Yeah.
So 1-0. 1-0. They don't ask you
Now,
how. They don't ask you how many. They don't ask you how. They ask you how many.
swear,
1-0.
hey. Now, I got to ask you, though, because they're a little concerned with Broderick Jones. Obviously, Will McDonald, Quentin Williams had some success against him. What's your level of concern? How you felt about, Rogers' protection per se, man?
I thought that left side was getting dented in a lot. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could feel the pressure from that backside in a sense. Um, I don't think you panic yet. You know what I mean? This is
Okay.
still a first round draft pick. This is still a one. This is still don't panic. Don't blink.
How do you not panic though when you saw, was it 3 sacks allowed? I think it was 4 pressures that he allowed in the game. Granted, we know with some matchup stuff, but People was over here, man. Hey, man, you should take him out. Put one of the backups in. He was like, oh, all right.
I mean, Will McDonald's not no slump though.
He had 10 and a half
Right.
sacks last year, bro.
Yeah, I don't want you to
Quentin
be
Williams had the
confused.
other
Like,
sack on him. Quentin
yeah,
Williams, we know who he is, all pro. Yeah.
I don't want you to be confused. Like, that's not no slump. Like, don't let
Mhm.
the dyed hair fool you. That's hell on wheels. That's hell on wheels. That's a problem over there. So it's like I'm not giving them no excuses. I'm not giving them no excuses. No excuses. Like, I'm just saying. Don't let that fool you, bro. That's a problem. I like Will McDonald. You know, I keep up with that.
So, all due respect, if it was Michael Clemens that had that success, would you have that same response? Is what I need to
I
know.
think you might feel different. That's all I'm saying. You just can't let that fool you. That's a problem. Buddy's a problem. I've been a fan. I've been watching that for a minute. That's a problem.
I know who he is. The
You
same
know
way I know who he is. What division he in? I see that twice. You know I know that real well. I'm like, hey, bro,
Just
we
saying.
just not familiar with the AFC North. But I'm like, hey, bro,
Don't let
that ain't no there, bro.
just
Yeah,
don't let the dye hair fool you. That's
yeah,
hell on wheels. That's a freak. That's
yeah.
weird.
He's like that, bro. Yeah.
So it's kind of like just my only thing about the project situation is like because he had a bad day. And
Mm-hmm.
bad days happen.
Yep.
And we're in the league. I'm sure somebody will come work out this week. But it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like this is still a first round draft pick. This is something that was a first rounder for a reason. And that, busts happen. But it's like let's see it. Let's give it another week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Another week or two. Before you just kill it. Give it another week or two.
Yeah.
Another week or two. Sort it up.
I could dig that.
Yeah,
I could
sort
definitely
it up.
dig it, man.
Another week or two.
Yeah. Well, the next thing we got to talk about there, because I'm trying to see, did you have any final thoughts though in terms of the game? Like I said, man, I'm respectfully, I'm a dog's time over here and everything, man. But did you have any final statement on the game, man? Any final takeaways for the game, man?
I just thought it was a win. And at the end of the day, in the business of winning.
Mm-hmm.
So like it might not be the prettiest, whatever, but we're in the business of winning, and that's a win.
Yeah.
So business is good right now, in a sense. Can be better, but all the papers got delivered.
Yeah.
All the donuts was made. It could have been better, but everything got
Yeah.
handled. In the business of winning,
Mm-hmm.
business is good. Boom.
Let's go. Hey, I'm about to say somebody say business is booming. All right, that's how I used to hear. I just didn't know if we were still on the booming train or if that's out in Dubai right now. You know what I mean? You never know some days, man. Never know. All right, we still in the squad then. Okay. Okay. Look. You know my stance. I'll be over here like, yo, I can't be on it, but I never forget how it made me feel, man.
Man, made me feel great.
I never forget how it made me feel. So I get it. Others are more hard on it. I for sure got a lot more grace towards that one. Focus
Man.
I'm like, yo, the things that he did helped set up a lot of this.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Change my mentality, man. You can't do what that dude because you can't do what that dude.
Because you can't do what that dude, bro. Swear. Change the whole respect for you. Like, you know what, bro? I get that, bro. I get that. I can stand by that. I can stand it. I can understand that. I know my lane. Okay, I know my lane. Yeah. But let's talk though, man. So we obviously had a new signing take place this week, man. A guy that has been in this league for a while now, man, but made a lot of plays, man. Jabrill Peppers. Let's talk Jabrill. Let's talk Jabrill, baby.
Man, first of all, shout out to bro.
Already know.
Shout out to bros, man. That's
He's one of the ones to put it on the map now. Low key, bro. What?
He's the bro.
My man, he did the whole cut up on the field with it, bro.
Cut up before kickoff return. Like
that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's real serious,
bro.
So I love it.
He liked that, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely love it. Like I love it. Especially Elliott getting banged up. It made sense. And I think he's respectfully, that's a Steeler. That's the mentality. That's gonna bring his hard hat every day. Versatile dude, can fix a lot more problems than you're thinking. Cause that can go in that slot at any point if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? That still is a safety that can pull up. If you need if Peyton something maybe is nicked up, his shoelace is popped, you could put it in the backer right there, cover your tight ends. You got that hand. It's just so versatile. It's a weapon. You can blitz it. And then I just can't wait for the Jalen Jabrill mentality.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like
Ooh.
it's just it
Because you saw
feels
the
like
Reds mentality in the game. So
man,
yeah.
it just feels doggy. It feels hungry. It feels
Yeah.
physical. It feels attacky. It feels aggressive. Like I love the pick. That was actually one of my favorite ones he's done this year. Like
Ooh, okay.
this is like I like this one more than DK, and I love the DK. This is one of my favorite. I
Whoa.
love this pickup. I
Okay.
absolutely love this pickup. You know, I'm a fanatic of that defense. I love this pickup. I
Wow. I didn't know
love
you
this
felt
pickup.
that strong
Yeah, I
about
feel
it. I
like that.
like
Like I love
that.
because this is a dude. He can do so much for your defense. I
First, I
thought
would
they were
say
gonna.
facts.
I thought this was gonna happen way earlier. Like this was one of them. Like
Yeah.
when he got cut, I thought he was instantly a steal. So it's
Yeah.
like the need might not have been there, and it just worked out. But I love this pickup. Like he can just do so much for your defense, so much versatility, the blitz ability, the
Mm-hmm.
safety ability, the nickel ability, a linebacker ability, cover your tight end. I love this pickup. This is a great pickup. Like
Yeah.
this is a home run to me personally. I think it's a I'm a defensive dude,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
home
shoot.
run to me. It's
And look,
what
I know we both defensive guys, so I feel strong about him too. But I even like
you
the fact that in a bind, he can also return. He's a
man.
return man also.
And
He's
I
done
didn't
that
even
at this
talk
level.
about the return aspect.
Okay. At
Come
this
on,
level,
man.
he's a return man.
And it's a leader. It's
Yeah.
a leader. It's a leader. It's a leader. Somebody that keeps us in line when some bad stuff
Mm-hmm.
happens. It's somebody respectfully that can speak to Jalen. It's one of the few that might
Respect.
can speak to Jalen. It's one of the
Like look
few.
him in his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, bro, we're not doing that. Come on, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's stay focused. It's one of the few, that can, I think they're all barking at the DKs and whatnot, but it's barking
Yeah.
back at it. Like, man, I'm here
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
So
You
I
know what my
love it.
resume is. You know what my tape
Yeah,
look like. Yeah, you ain't who you want. You ain't punching down on nothing. Yeah,
I'm not calling it a Hall of Famer, but he's all like
yeah.
to me, it's a
I'm
Pro
with you though.
Bowler. It's a
Yeah.
guy. To me, I'm like he
Mm-hmm.
gets in an argument for the top 100 every year if you want to.
Yeah.
Like it's a guy.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. I do.
Let's go. Heck yeah,
Uh,
let's go. TG, that's what I needed to hear, man. I already knew you would be able to break it down perfect because I know any of those Swiss Army, but
so I like that.
secondary type killers. I know that's
Yeah,
that's your flavor right there.
you're
That's
my
why you
guy.
like Jalen so much. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it, bro. It
Yeah,
you can see the it's like, yo, he's in that frame, he's in that body work, man. Absolutely, man.
yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So shout out to Jabrill though, man, and we'll see how long it takes for him to get fully integrated into the defense, also, man. But we definitely looking
And it
forward to
takes
that.
time. I mean, look
Oh
at
yeah,
Mike up the street. Like that's one of the
mm-hmm.
most out there, and it's like you can only get in a certain amount of plays because you got to
Yeah,
learn the flow. You got to learn how we doing stuff.
yeah,
But it's a package or two. I can get you in and
mm-hmm.
fire. Hey, you got that or blitz,
Mm-hmm. Something
blitz.
simple. Hey, we put you in. You gonna line up off of two. If it's motion,
Yeah,
you get this. But as a whole, you're blitzing, bro.
you're blitzing.
Facts,
Don't miss your
facts,
blitz.
bro. Facts.
You know.
I like that, man. I like that. Well, look, like I said, I ain't about to take up all your time. I'm gonna briefly ask you though, because I know this week, for some people, we say it's a revenge game for DK, but I know he ain't the only one it's a revenge game for. All right, I know this is one of your old squads you still feel really passionate about. Do you guys Seattle Sox on? I should ask
Ooh,
you.
got
I
my
need
back.
come on, man. I got your back. I got your back.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Ooh, got my back. Yeah.
Hey, bro. So hard, bro. That was so hard. Oh man.
But this
Talk to me
ain't
though, man.
LOD though, man.
Oh,
This
okay,
ain't the
okay, okay,
Legion over there. You
okay,
know.
okay.
Uh,
New cast of
very.
characters.
Yeah. I think what they lost last weekend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So coming off a loss, um, I think that team, from what I see from that team's looking for a new identity in a sense. Like they're
Yeah.
re-identifying, you know. Still a good team, a lot of talent, obviously, but they're definitely re-identifying. You can see it. So it's like, I think it's a perfect matchup for where they're at right now. Very beatable, you know. 5-star matchup in a sense though, because they're gonna come to
Mm-hmm.
play. Where's it at?
It's
Is it in
here.
Pittsburgh?
They
It's
got
in
they got the
Pittsburgh.
long flight. Yeah, they got the
That's a
long
long,
flight out here.
and
Mm-hmm.
it matters, especially that's their first long
Home
trip.
opener too.
Yeah,
Home
it
opener for the
matters.
Steelers. Long flight for the Seattle.
That's a tough game for them boys. I think Pittsburgh should be favored to win that. They should go get that at all points.
And
They
it's the
should go
1
get that,
o'clock kickoff on top of it
and
too.
that's
So you
really
know the
hard.
time difference.
So they
Yeah,
gotta leave like today.
basically.
Yeah, like
Like
that's tough.
practice leave tonight. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
5 hour flight. That's a long flight. New daytime. You got to get adjusted. Usually, as a player, as a person, even in life, everybody, it take about 2 days to get adjusted to that east to
Low
west.
key.
It's tough. So that 1 o'clock game, you feeling, ooh, you hurt.
That Joy felt
Hurt.
like, was it
12,
what
11,
time
10.
we 11, we 10 in the morning over here,
10 in the
God?
morning over here.
Brush your teeth, go lay that thigh out on
Come
something, getting
on.
that egg out, bro. Yeah.
You know, so it's a good game for Pittsburgh to go jump out on
Yeah.
that. That'd be nice, man. It'd be
Let's
nice.
go.
They go do what they gotta do, you know.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Well, shoot, that's for sure what we're gonna need there, man. We need the black and gold to go ahead and get this thing to 2-0 real quick on us, man, so we can feel even better. You know, when it's time for that third matchup, baby. But I like it, man. I like it. What you got left before I let you up out of here, man? Like I said, I know you on that grind, man. You still on the field, bro. My dog look good, but you got meetings to get to and film to cut up. I already know. So, what you got before you get up out of here, though, man?
They still looking for a receiver. You know, I hear the Tyreek Hill rumors and stuff. I'm kind of still on the Odell train.
Okay.
For the Odell, I'm still on the Odell train. I think
Okay.
Tyreek Hill be interesting. That's a big personality.
It's a whole lot of
Too many
personality, bro.
personalities in here, man. We gotta
That's a
stay
whole lot of
low.
personality in there, bro.
Still gotta keep the band, man. You know, but
You see, everybody can't be David Ruffin. All right, we can't have a whole bunch of David Ruffins in here, bro.
And David
He
Ruffin
feel like
is
he David
temptation.
Ruffin. We
Yeah.
know Rodgers is David Ruffin, and DK he got some David Ruffin them too. All right, slide David Ruffin over there, bro.
I feel like everybody feel happy right now, though. It felt like I seen
Mhm.
Rodgers cheering for people. I seen like it just feel like it do feel teamish. It feel like
Yeah.
guys just bought in. It feel like that. You know, man, the nation's gonna go crazy. Who they calling out?
Do you go offense week 1?
I think
Let
you
Rodgers
got
get
to.
it, or do you go defense?
I think you got to go offense simply because the Cam situation. That gives me happy.
Oh, low key.
Go
He
offense.
got the incentive deal that I mean, whatever y'all want to call it. Hey, yo.
Yeah, let's go offense, man. We'll do that in a few days.
Let that die down for a little bit. He said for sure, let that die down.
Let's go offense. We'll sort that out in a minute.
Let offense get the hobo for their defense. You get first prime time game. All right, that's what we're gonna do this day. Because
Sort that out in a few days,
that's a
man.
great observation by you right there, bro. Absolutely, yeah. Because for sure, Cam's credit right now with the black and gold.
Let that go for a little bit. Bring that back.
You need to have another 2-sack game real quick to just quiet it down, man. Just
Bring that back. You know, let DK come out there. Let Aaron come out there. Be all right.
Yo, that's funny, bro. My dog. Well, shout out, man. Hey, 1,000%, you ain't wrong, bro. You are not wrong at all, man. But shoot, I could dig it, man. I could dig it. So, man, like I said, we ain't gonna take up your time, man. I know my dog is on the grind. Appreciate the heck out you, man. Taking some time to hop in here, even at the beautiful Dick Price Stadium. Like I said, man, you pulling up my childhood. Every time you see 264 riding, just know, bro, who's burning it down on that thing. All right, plenty of times when you was and ain't supposed to be on that thing. You feel me?
This is where we got Moats built from, man.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, that's some stomping grounds right there. So just know you touching my nostalgia every time you out there. Every time you walk, I'm like, shout out to Brambleton, man. All right, shout out to Ballantyne. All right, shout there where you went over there, man. All right, you already know what it is, bro. You know what it is, bro. So yeah, let's get it, man. Let's get it. But holla at you, man. Get up out of here, baby.
My dog,
man. Peace. Shout out right there, man. The one and only Terence Garvin, aka TG, former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, West Virginia Mountaineer, almost heaven. And then, like I said, the current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. Shout out to those dudes, man. And shout out to my dog, TG. Say, man, hopping on with us for a little bit today, man. All right. So if y'all was enjoying it, don't forget that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. Alrighty. And as I look, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, all right. So I did have one super that I missed. I'll get that real quick. And then from there, we'll get up out of here. All right. So shout out to y'all, though, man. Shout out to y'all. This is from Corey Hewins a little earlier today. He says, I watched Broderick snaps. I could be wrong, but I saw 1 sack being his fault and 2 hurries. Not bad, but I could be wrong. Honestly, I had a similar approach. I saw a lot of what you clearly were seeing in terms of the 1 sack really not being his fault. 1 sack being his fault, and then obviously the 2 hurries. But to me, man, when you play offensive line, the expectation, and rightfully so, is keep the quarterback clean. We don't want the quarterback to feel uncomfortable in the least bit. So whenever anything transpires that promotes urgency from the quarterback or makes him feel uncomfortable, or we see him get hit in any capacity, yeah, we're naturally going to look and say, bro, who is responsible for that? And if that person continues to be the same name, yeah, we're going to feel uncomfortable about him being out there. We obviously know right tackle, he has a lot of those uncomfortable moments. I know it's not easy to do, but as a whole, left tackle, we have to understand, is new for him in terms of the NFL. So let him show what he can do there. Heck, because this might just be, hey, that was your bad matchup, but other than that, you stonewalling everybody else and you look good over there. And we'll be feeling very, very confident, very, very good about that. But it could also be the other side, right? Where he struggles, where it isn't any better. And now we're looking and saying, hey, we got to replace this dude. But with either side of it, time is going to give us the most effective way to gauge that. So let's just see, man. Give him a couple weeks, man. Let's see what he looks like this week, right? But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that was here today, man. You know your boy appreciates the heck out of all of y'all, man. Because like I said, man, there's plenty of stuff that happens, man, in the world between regular life, families, TV, content everywhere. But the fact that y'all, hop on with me, man, let I get up here and talk shop, man, give you my thoughts, my opinions, holler at some of the homies and stuff like that. The fact that y'all still be up here, man, tapping in, man, does mean a lot. So I do appreciate all of y'all. All right. So like I said, man, if y'all enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. But either way, stay safe. We back out here tomorrow. Like I said, man, we will have the homie YA Black at 4:30, Tanisha at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, man. Definitely tap in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, until next time, baby. Peace.